Man, I can't believe this crap, man. These cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer, now you say you can rap. Well, I've listened to your record, made me go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Gun Cereal's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke out some weed, but you smoked yourself stupid, boy, get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against a cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
That means
if we have that title to your shit, we will take it.
Oh, come and take it, bitch.
All right. I want your money and I want your dignity, and I'm taking both.
To quote my good friend Artie, come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch.
Come and take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
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 Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
You're a fucking idiot.
She spit in my face.
Shot little thick dude.
A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audits. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it?" he asked her. "What? That's stupid," she sputtered. "You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there," DMA answered, holding his camera up. "If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge." She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. "A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy," DMA said. "It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here." "Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist." "Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on?" she asked, sarcastically, wiping herself. "I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet," he lied as if there were a story. "No expectation of privacy in public," he reiterated. But I'm in a stall, she cried. Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom, DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy, because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while, the woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom. And that's a true story. Absolute true story.
Oh, man, I love that. That was great. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to the stream. Great to have you all here this morning once again. As always, great to see y'all. Hello. Welcome. Love my morning crew, and I got a lot of good people in here this morning. As always, let's go back to the beginning. Looks like who got here first today? Susan, the sassy old great granny. Look at you. All right. Cliff Hickson, good morning. Let's see, Nancy Marcho, yes, Cliff Hickson, Nancy, Archangel 3, what's up? Let's see, commentator auditor, good morning, Hezokuai land, hashtag rise and shine with Hezokuai. I love it. You say tomato, I say neo-fascist liberal antiquated ideology with a switch of narcissistic rage and emotional issues. All right, Archangel. I love it. Susan, the sassy great granny, Archangel 3, Terry Barnes, what's up? Jimbo, the forgiven Jerry, welcome. Buenos dias. Great to see you again. I saw the the elbow. I know. Not today, but I got you. I see you. What's up? What do we got? Luna Nights, what's up? News Now Enemy, hello. Jimbo, Nicoidi Bob, wow, hello, welcome. Let's see, Julie Weaver, wow, 5 feet of snow. Holy crap. That's a lot of snow. Holy crap hammer sauce. Hi, Kiss, good morning, great to see you. Glad to have you here as always. Graham, what's up, Graham? How you doing? Welcome. Yes, I said your name. I acknowledge you. Forgiven Jerry, Nancy, News Now Enemy. Delete Claws. That's right. Laws, Claws, and Jaws. No, I love that movie. Don't delete that. Salacious in the house. Yay. All right. Good morning, Rashers. Hashtag rise and shine with Hezokuai. Buenos tardes, amigo. Luna Nights, what's up? Billy Yank, hello, welcome. Let's see, what else we got? Brian Showman, hello. Happy Friday, that's right. It is Friday morning. I'm so excited for the weekend. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun. See, it's cool because, like, a lot of you guys that are out there are complaining about the cold, but, you know, being from Chicago and Wisconsin and then coming down here to Florida, what they're calling cold out here is like 50 degrees, 60. So I'm loving this weather. I'm going to love this weekend. While all these people are putting on their I saw people walking around yesterday. I'm wearing shorts and literally a shirt with no sleeves. Okay. Because when I go to do my laps every day in the pool, I always walk out because I have like a shirt that's my swimsuit, I call it basically. Whenever I lift weights or go swimming, I always put on a shirt with no sleeves because when I'm swimming, the sleeves get wet and they weigh my arms down and it makes it harder to swim. And sometimes my hand will get caught in the flap when I'm trying to stroke. So I always wear my sleeveless shirt to the pool and my shorts. So I got my sleeveless short and my shirts. And I'm loving the weather. It's so beautiful. These people, these Floridians, are walking around with like these big, heavy winter coats and thick fur hats and like sweatpants and boots. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, man, you guys are nuts. This weather's great. Let's see. Out there, associates, good morning. What's up? Jimbo, Salacious, Jimbo, commentator auditor, Lunar Nights, I kiss. Simone, what's up? Good morning. All right. See, here's the thing about you, man. I love you. The thing about your little avatar here, like on one hand, like okay, on one hand, you look like somebody that I should be afraid of. And at the same time, you look like somebody that I would have partied with 10 years ago. So it's like, right on. Let's see. Because I've been in like death metal bands and stuff. So like, I dig it. Nancy, Ham Banana, what's up? Warriors Rage, what's up? Good morning, everyone. Yes, a muscle shirt. That's right. Welcome, everyone. And wow, yesterday was something else, man. For those of you who don't know what's been going on, wait till I get into it. It's something crazy. But before we get into the nuttiness, I want to do a couple things. I'm going to start with these because they're sort of wrap ups of stuff we've been talking about. Now, it makes me think of that time when everyone was saying, "Look at Swole." When everyone was talking about, pretty much at this point, the whole, Daryl Brooks thing is all said and done. But it reminds me of Godfather 3 when he says, "Every time I think I'm out, they suck me back in." Right? So, two things. Warriors Rage, that's going to be the big thing we're going to discuss later. But first, I want to start with the Daryl Brooks thing because we've been covering that. So I want to start with that to get that over with because there's a couple things about that I still wanted to do. And then we'll get into that's going to be the bulk of the show today, to be honest with you. Anyway. Hey, what's up, Pack? So Daryl Brooks found guilty, 76 counts, blah, blah, blah. But there were two things that I still wanted to talk about. One is that, the one day where they had the whole day of victims coming out and talking, there were a couple that I highlighted on here a little bit, but there were so many that there are a couple that I missed that I really wanted to show. So I'm going to show those. Those are going to be quick. And then I'm going to show another short little thing because, well, here, let's start with that. I'll show that, and then I'll explain what happened after that, and then get into that. So here, let's start there and show you guys a couple of the things from the Brooks trial when the, let's see, yeah. That happened when the victims were talking to Daryl, and this is only 8 minutes. I'm going to play the whole thing, but well, maybe not all of it because at the very end, when whatever, I'm going to play some of this. But this is part of the I wanted to cover, but there was so much. You're talking about 8 hours of people talking and this and that I didn't get a chance to point these out. So that's why I'm going to do these now. And then I'm going to wrap something else up. And then hopefully that'll be the bookend of the Daryl Brooks thing. And then we can move on to the next thing. So here, let's take a look at that.
November 21st, you killed my mother. And in this courtroom, I watched you run her down and her broken body slide across the concrete. This woman loved and she was loved. You ran her down like she was nothing. And since that day, you have shown no remorse. You'd offered no explanation for your atrocities. It offends me that you're sitting here breathing while she is not. You are a monster. You deserve contempt and death. Sadly, with no death penalty in this state, I can only hope they lock you away someplace so deep the rats chew on your fingers at night. As for me, this will never be over until the day I'm pissing on your grave. I think it would be fair to say that for your crimes, even God hates you.
If you could just tell me, go ahead.
Yeah, for the record,
I thought that was great. I thought that was great. The way that Brooks was always pounding on his chest, and then that guy pounds on his chest.
If I could first thank the court, you, Your Honor, and your staff for getting us here today. I don't know how you did. You kept us under 4 weeks, and this is all going to be wrapped up, before the first anniversary, and that means a lot. So I thank you for that. And if I could thank everybody at the prosecution table, our real-life Avengers. I mean, you guys did everything you could for us, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you. And I couldn't not thank Jen Dunn and her staff. I mean, she took all of us, supported us, made us into a family, and without them, I don't think I could have gotten through this trial. And Mr. Brooks, I hope as I
real quick, Unclean and anyone else who just joined us, because you're coming in here and saying, "Oh no, not more of this Brooks crap." There were just a couple things that I never got to cover that I wanted to. So I'm just doing this sort of to bookend the Brooks thing because it's over. So just highlighting the last bits and pieces that I wanted to highlight and then moving on. So this will just be a few more minutes and then we'll get to the next bit.
I read my statement, you continue to roll your eyes. I hope you continue to laugh and just show how bored and unmoved you are by all of this, because I think that's important. It's important for the world to see that evil can be a tangible, living, breathing thing. I think it's important for the world to see what human rot looks like. And to all the survivors, every time he puts his hand on that empty cavity where his heart should be, I hope you all smile, and I hope you take solace in the fact that today is our day. Today is for us. Today is so we can take our handful of dirt, throw it on his grave, and move on, because that's what we all need, and that's what we deserve. My name is Chris Owen, and I am the plaintiff. I'm here on behalf of another plaintiff, my mother, Leanna Joy Owen. Lee Owen was a mother, a grandmother, a best friend, an apartment manager, and a dancing granny. The reason none of the witnesses saw her in this courtroom is because she was executed by a child-killing sex offender. And we are both injured parties. My whole family is an injured party. To my kids, Lee Owen was nanny. And nanny spoiled her grandkids every chance she got. On every birthday, she would call and sing happy birthday to their voicemail so they could hear it the first thing in the morning. She went on a tour of my son's summer camp. She danced in the same parades as my youngest daughter. She wanted my oldest daughter to use her car to learn how to drive so she could teach her like she taught me. And all of that has been ripped away. But the defendant's conscience is clear. To my dad, Lee Owen was the love of his life. They met when she was 16, and he taught her how to drive. From that point on, they stayed in each other's lives. And even though they divorced, she was still his best friend. They spent a lot of time together, and she was the only one who could get him out of the house. Now my dad has nightmares of her body flying through the air and shattering against concrete. But Mr. Brooks' conscience is clear. To my brother and I, Lee Owen was our mother. A mother who, even when she was struggling, was always there for us. She was supportive of us. She always told us how proud she was of us. Growing up, all my friends and my brother's friends knew they were welcomed at our house. When they were in trouble, having problems at home, or just had to get away, she always let them stay as long as they needed to. And for years, every time I came home from the Marine Corps, she got all those same friends together so I could see everybody and spend time with them. She was the one that made sure everyone got their Christmas list out on time. She made the best eggnog I ever had. And she made my grandma's mac and cheese whenever we were together. She recently renewed her passport so she could visit my wife and I in Turkey and travel the world with us. She also couldn't wait to visit Machu Picchu with my brother. It was her dream trip. Out of all the places in the world, that was the one place she had to visit before she died. And now the best we can do is lay her ashes there. But Daryl Brooks' conscience is clear. And I believe him. Out of everything he said in this courtroom, I believe that is the one truth he told. I mean, how else could he make a witness look at each of his battered friends that he ran over and ask, how do you know who this is? Throughout her life, Lee Owen was a hardworking woman. That's why when she found herself on hard times, she was able to overcome them. Even though it took years, she dug herself out of a deep financial hole so she could live the life she wanted, the life she deserved. And she was in the middle of doing just that on the evening of November 21st, 2021. And I know this is corny and cliche to say, but Lee Owen wasn't 71 years old. She was 71 years young. She was one of the most active people I knew. She just didn't have it in her to sit still. She always had to be moving or doing something, and this often involved people. She was very social and loved being around those she cared about, and people loved her back. She had a knack for making you feel good about yourself without even trying, because she always found the good in people. Even when it was to her detriment, it never dissuaded her from helping people any way she could, without judgment, without demand for repayment or feeling she was owed anything. She did it because she knew it was the right thing to do, and it made her feel good. She accepted people for who they were and made people feel good about themselves. That is what the world lost, and you have the audacity to tell this court that your conscience is clear. I'm sorry, Mr. Brooks. There's not a human with a soul on this planet who could snuff that light out, who could steal Lee Owen from this world and have a clear conscience. And that is why you hear the term monster. That is why you hear the term demon. You know, I saw you that day. It was just after you ran over the Catholics. I saw you hanging out of the window, looking back with a smile of satisfaction on your face, laughing at an inside joke that at the time I didn't get, the punchline escaping me. I didn't get it when my mom didn't respond to my texts. I didn't get it when she didn't answer my phone calls. I didn't get it the first couple hours my brother spent looking for her. I didn't get it until my wife sent me a video of you running over children in the parade. That's when I got the punchline. And it hit me like your red SUV, Mr. Brooks. I saw a pure, unrepentant evil in your face that day, and it disgusts me that you are allowed to exist. And I know the answer to the question that everyone keeps asking. I know why you did this. You did this simply because you were not in a cage. That is what I find mind-boggling. And how dare anyone say the system failed him? The system failed every one of us whose only mistake was to bring their families in the vicinity of Mr. Brooks. That poor excuse for a man should not have been on the streets. That is the failure, period. But enough about him, because today is not about him. It's about us and what we lost.
Anyway, I thought just that was great the way those two ripped into him. And I didn't show those clips the other day, so I wanted to do that. But the next thing I wanted to show, and I've seen in the chat that this has already come up. People are talking about it. So for anyone who doesn't know, this guy is a lifetime criminal. He's a career criminal. He still has trials that he has to go to for other charges in other places that he has to handle and take care of. So after this, the Waukesha thing was all settled and he was finally sentenced and that's all done. He's still got to go to court for other stuff. So we saw how he acted in court in Waukesha. So as a result of that, how does he show up to court for his next case? Well, for those of you who didn't see it, take a look at this. This is, after all that, this is how he goes to his next trial.
Judge, what are you thinking for a date? I mean, depending on.
We'll see what government's looking to do. So I hadn't really thought that far in advance. This is State of Wisconsin versus Daryl Brooks Jr., case 20 CF 2550, also calling 21 CF 4596.
And whatever, that's just a preliminary hearing, and he does have lawyers. But the point is, now they're not going to put up with any of his crap. They have him strapped to a wheelchair. They push him in, and if he talks crap, they push him out. He can't even move. I love it. Also, yes, gifted memberships. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. You're so good to each other. And that's beautiful, because that isn't just like, I think it's great because you guys are doing something for me, but you're doing something for each other, right? You're gifting memberships to other subscribers. Like, that's a beautiful thing. I love that. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't say something earlier, but like I say, when I'm in, here we go. What's up, Kissy Cat? Welcome to the family. Well, you're all part of the family anyway, whether you're members or not, but it's going to get to the point. It looks like, I mean, almost my entire morning crew is going to be members. This is beautiful. But when people do gifted memberships, you have to understand, when I'm on StreamYard, I don't see it. I only see it on YouTube. So if I'm looking at StreamYard, I don't see it. So that's why I didn't say anything earlier. So I apologize for not acknowledging you guys instantly. But believe me, I appreciate it more than you know. More than you know. At this point, how many people in here aren't members? Like, wow, this is beautiful. I got to start doing more member only stuff, exclusives for you guys. Yes. Yay, Warriors Rage. Look at this. Man, I'm going to have to update my list. I already updated it twice this week. This is beautiful. I love it. That's a good problem to have. I got so many members I can't keep up. Good. Peck, I always mention Peck. Are you kidding me? Peck, the Australian alien. Yes, thank you, Peck. Thank you, Unclean Hands. Both of you guys so much for gifted memberships, man. I love it. This guys, I had more names now. Yeah, beautiful. Like I said, that's a great problem to have. I got to update my scroll down there, right there. And also, when I make my videos, I always have a list of my of my members at the end, and I actually have like a spreadsheet where I keep track of that. So yeah, I got to update that too. But that's a beautiful thing. I got the whole weekend to work on all that. So that's going to be a wonderful. And I've got the little thing on the horizon over there that I'm working on. I don't want to say too much about it, not because I'm trying to keep it a secret or whatever, but because right now I'm just in the beginning stages of working on something for you guys, like specifically for you guys, my morning crew. Not that, like I said, not that I don't want to say what it is or whatever, but the point, is that it's something that I'm just starting to work on, in software wise / computer wise. I don't know if it's going to work. So I don't want to be like, hey guys, I'm going to do this. And then over the weekend, I try to do it and my computer can't handle it or whatever. It isn't what I thought it was. Because right now I'm still in the process of trying to work out how I'm going to do it. So it might not work. So I'm not going to talk about it, but just saying, no matter what, I got something on the horizon for you guys. I got a couple plans. I got a couple things specifically that I'm trying to work on right now, and we'll see where that goes. Anyway, the bulk of the video today is going to be addressing this whole thing that happened last night. Last night was a wild night, man. It was nuts. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, first of all, before I get into that, I do want to mention something that I heard last night that I thought was one of the coolest things I've ever heard. And I really, really love it. And I want to repeat it. I'm thinking I might make it just a normal part of my everyday parlance, as it were. So Team Skeptic was doing a big thing on Chili yesterday. And at one point, he was talking about how, like, Chili keeps calling everybody dunce cap. Oh, you're a dunce cap. This guy's a dunce cap. You're a dunce cap. And then Team Skeptic was like, well, wait a minute. The dunce cap is what you put on top of the dunce. The dunce cap is what points out to everybody, there's the dunce. Where's the idiot? It's the one with the dunce cap on his head. So the dunce cap is what's above the dunce. It's what points out that, look, here's the dunce. Look under me and you'll see the dunce. So, yeah, you're right. I am the dunce cap and you're the dunce. I thought that was brilliant. But that also just goes to show once again how stupid Chili is. So, let's start at the beginning. That was just a side note because I thought that was cool that he said that. Broken system. And Kfar isn't here yet because and I wanted to I was hoping he'd be here for this part, but hopefully he'll show up later. Broken system, broken trust. And Wolverine Transparency are out harassing cops. And ultimately, broken system gets arrested. So let's start by taking a look at the arrest. I got it right here, ready to go. It's really short. And even if it was long, I wouldn't play the whole thing because we're talking about broken system, broken trust, right? So everyone knows he's got a potato cam and it looks like a bunch of, like somebody pooped on the lens or something. I mean, it's horrible. In fact, you know what? Yeah, let's check it out because it's so short. It's not gonna. Plus, I skipped half of it. His quality is so bad. Talk about a potato cam.
Now you guys, hey, just so you know, you guys are live on YouTube right now. You're live on YouTube right now. Okay, so just what that means is be on your best behavior and don't be stupid. Okay? No, did you see that? Hey, wait, shake your head like that again for the camera while you're live on YouTube. Show us how unprofessional and stupid you act on a live streaming camera. This is live. You can't erase the evidence. You can't knock it out of my hand and kick my ass. Right?
Wrong. He's about to.
So show the world how professional Taylor is.
They already did. It's too late.
Well, that's on a static recording, so the world is watching you right now. The world is watching how stupid and unprofessional you are right now. So let's go over here and tell Borg what a fucking idiot he is. Hey, is that tin legal? Is that tint legal? Do you have a window tint test that we can run to see if that tint is legal? You can't hear me. Well, roll the fucking window down. Roll the window down. And that little fucking, look at her. She thinks it's funny and she's smiling this whole time. She thinks it's funny and she's smiling this whole time.
Hey, they all know what you guys are out of law.
Yeah. You little scaredy fucking cats. You cowards.
The house of cards is coming.
So look.
It's coming down.
This fucking idiot over here, watch. This piggy, this little piggy has been generating revenue for the state all damn day long. This is Borg, and Borg's the little liar. He's like, oh, I gotta have backup.
Here
I gotta have backup. Yep. Stay 10 feet away from me. Stay 10 feet away from me. Why? You stay 10 feet away from me. 10 feet away from me.
All right. You want to walk up on him when he's on a traffic stop like that? You knocked my body cam off. Yes, you did. You're approaching an officer on a traffic stop who's legally conducting his business at this point.
I got a double lock over when we get back to the car.
You understand that? He's doing his job. You want to interfere while he's conducting an investigation? Where's your ID? I don't know.
Don't worry, I'll check. He's got a wallet in his back pocket.
I'll get through it. I'll have one under arrest for interfering here.
You know what a protest is?
Face that.
You know what a protest is?
You know what a dentist is? Spread your feet.
Boom! Oh!
I'll have one under arrest for interfering here.
You know what a protest is?
Face that.
You know what a protest is?
You know what a dentist is? Spread your feet.
Boom, bap, bow, booda boom bop, pow. Ah! That's the mic drop of the universe right there. Do you know what a protest is? Do you know what a dentist is? Oh, I love that. Oh, Oh man, I gotta clip that and use that for so many other things. Oh, that's beautiful. I just got to take that in because it was so wonderful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the broken system, broken trust story from yesterday. You haven't even, if you don't know what's going on, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface. That's not even part one. That was the prologue. Okay. Now here's part one. Wolverine Transparency immediately decides that he's going to go and pick up Broken System. He's going to go to the prison and he's going to complain and blah, 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 and maybe get him out of jail. Who knows? But more memberships. Oh, my goodness gracious me. This is like, thank you guys so much. I appreciate the generosity. Unclean Hands, you are the master. Love you. Love all you guys. This is great, great, great. We're trying to turn my entire morning crew into members. That would be beautiful. Holy cow. Thank you guys. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Whew. My morning crew is the best. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna play the clip of Wolverine Transparency trying to drive around and get Broken System, Broken Trust out of prison. It's a long video. In fact, you'll see it starts in the daytime and it ends at night. I'm going to fast forward a lot. So there's going to be a lot of me skipping around, but I want to get to the most important parts, which to me are, one, he gets freaking lost because he can't find the prison that BSBT is in. So that's funny. And then at the very end, when BSBT finally gets out of jail and comes up to the car, Wolverine forgets to put it in park and almost runs over BSBT when he gets out of the car, and the car starts going without him in it. Oh, so that's that, and then we'll get into what happened after and all that. But again, yeah, there's going to be a lot of me skipping stuff because I just want to show the highlights of his dumbass getting lost and then him almost hitting Broken System with his car because he forgot to put it in park. Oh, boy. Let's see. Oh, he took it down. He took it down. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, well. All right. So I guess we're not going to do that. Anyway. Here's where the real story begins. Okay. Wolverine Transparency picks up Broken System from jail, brings him home. For those of you who don't know, they found out that the reason why Broken System, Broken Trust got out of prison was because Kate from Masshole bailed him out. She got a collection of money to get together to make his bail. So I need to download these things. I know. And I was watching it live, so I thought I'd download it later. Especially when it's a 2-3 hour thing. That eats up a lot of memory on my computer. Yes, you're right, Unclean Hands. Okay, you're right. Thank you. Anyway, immediately the controversy went through the roof. Like, people were like, exactly, Billy Hank. That's exactly what happened. Immediately, everyone was like, what? She bailed him out. What the hell's going on? And that's why I was kind of hoping K-Fire would show up today, because he was on stream while I was in his chat, and he was on stream while this whole story was unfolding.
And, you know, if there's anyone who's got beef with BSBT, it's him. No, he wasn't. So then, Broken System goes live. He's got an open panel. Kate comes up on the panel. I was up on the panel too. I didn't really get to talk at all, which is fine because I was just there because I wanted to do the normal thing. Like, hey, you say this and this and this is what it is, but this law, and this law are like have an actual discussion about the legality of what they do or whatever. But the focus became the discussion about Kate bailing him out, and I didn't want to, you know, go against that or, you know, try to step over that or dominate the conversation or change the subject because one, it's his channel. Two, he just got out of jail. Of course, he's going to want to talk to the person who bailed him out and find out what's going on. But one of the things that Kate kept saying was, you know, now do you see that the other side isn't just evil? I mean, we were nice enough to bail you out. So why don't you be nice enough to apologize to Kfar? And he's like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. And then somebody else came on the panel and was like, hey, could you at least say thank you to Kate for doing that? And then everybody started attacking her like, oh, she didn't bail him out to be nice. She's got some kind of hidden agenda. She's got some other, like some big conspiracy thing where she just bailed him out because it's part of some master plan to do something horrible to him. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. So anyway, that's going on and on and on. Ultimately, whatever her, you know, nobody knows nobody knows what's in anyone's head, obviously, right? I can't tell you what Masshole was thinking. All I know is what she said. And it sounds like, because at first, the way people were talking is, of course, people who didn't know what was going on, just going by what was said in Discord, the idea was that somehow it had something to do with like Chili talking about how she's raising all this money just for herself and being selfish and all this crap. And she's like, ATV Thunder, Warriors Rage, what's up? Chelsea May, what's up? Julie Weaver, hello. So anyway, now this is almost all soap opera, Julie says. Yeah, that's it. It is. It's like a soap opera. But so anyway, so she's trying to explain why she did what she did. The original idea, just based on things people typed in Discord, it was like, and this is one of the reasons why she wanted to go on his panel to explain herself, because like the rumor was basically that Chili kept accusing her of taking these big donations and all this money to fight him in court, and instead, whoa, hey, what's up? Yes. All right, Jennifer, love you. Glad you're here. I was saying earlier, I was wishing Kfar was here because he usually is. And Roisin, what's up? And I wanted to, you know, I wanted him to hear what I'm saying about this because there's this whole other thing. But basically, so anyway, I'm just trying to well, that's kind of what I'm getting at, Jennifer, is that I'm not trying to take sides either way. I'm just trying to, like a journalist, report what happened, you know, and not go by, well, this one said this one said that, in like I was just saying, like with the Discord when they were talking about it, but what they actually said when they were talking to each other on panel, right? It seemed from what they were saying, like Kate was, and she even said, I saw it as sort of an olive branch, right? And they were all like, well, we won't accept it. We'll take your money, but screw you as far as anything else goes. It seemed ultimately their, the way that they approached it. So to me, the whole thing is just like, like I said, the only reason I was on the panel was I wanted to actually talk about the law, right? And I generally do stick up for KFAR, and I was. And even on the panel yesterday, it seemed like Kate was trying to push, Broken System, like, why don't you apologize to KFAR? Why don't, like, he'd say, well, I think this is bad doing this. And she'd say, well, yeah, well, I think going to someone's house is bad too, So that was all part of it. And ultimately, whatever their personal beef is really none of my business, right? It's just, reporting this is what happened and this is why. It's not about taking sides, but obviously BSBT is wrong and what. Wait, what happened? Is KFAR in jail? What? Why would KFAR be in jail? No, David. I'm not going to tell the whole story again, David. Basically, what it comes down to is this. Whatever it was a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, Broken System, Broken Trust, and Wolverine Transparency crossed the line between a bunch of idiots running around, waggling their cameras around and posting it on YouTube, and a bunch of intelligent people pointing out why it's stupid to do that into reality when they showed up at his freaking house. Okay. You don't just come in to somebody's house like that. So he did that, whatever. So Broken System, Broken Trust, and KFAR have beef with that. So now we got that. Let's put it over here. So yesterday, Broken System, Broken Trust gets arrested. And Masshole bails him out. And KFAR's on his stream like, whoa, wait, who bailed him out? Masshole? And then it becomes this whole big thing. Well, that's it. It's like I always try to debunk people and, try to red pill them back into the real world. And, they don't. But anyway, listen. Here's ultimately why, like, obviously, I'm bringing this up to report on it because, I'm friends with, well, okay. I've never met KFAR, like I would say I'm his friend, whatever, like that. But the point is, he's a supporter of this channel, and I'm a supporter of his channel, and it's all good, and everything's cool. But I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill because that's what these guys do, right? You take, may I have your ID, turns into, he violated my First Amendment, right? Well, you have to walk through the metal detector, turns into, he's trying to violate my Fourth Amendment. You guys are speeding, turns into, they're trying to commit extortion. So every little thing with these guys turns into some big thing. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to become one of them. But there was one specific thing that happened yesterday. It was just this teeny, tiny, itty little bitty nothing that was just people were talking and all this stuff is going back and forth and he's saying this and she's saying that and they're trying to figure out, well, why'd you bail me out and whatever. So Warriors Rage. Well, that's the thing. Kate was saying that it was about trying that's the thing. I don't want to, that's what I was saying just a minute ago about like, well, they take things you say out of context or out of proportion. I'm not trying to misquote her and then say, well, wait a minute, she never said that. So from what I gathered from what she said, it seems to me that her explanation as to why she did it, what her motivation was to, one, illustrate that it's not about you guys are pieces of crap and you need to be treated like crap. It's like, okay, we disagree with what you're doing, but we, even us on the other side, would be willing to bail somebody out of jail if we believed they were wronged, because it's not about, the legality of it. Like we always say, it's about the morality of it. But she also said that because of all the stuff she's been going through recently with the whole Chile situation, that it taught her a lot about the system. And then there were a couple things she said during it that made me kind of cringe a little bit. Like, she's like, "Oh, well, I know how you guys feel because I got a lot of bootlickers in my subscriptions too and stuff." Like, she's speaking to them, so she's speaking their language. I get it, but she still was referring to people on our side as bootlickers. So I'm like, well, And then I even tried to stick up for her at one point because they were attacking her, not just questioning her motivations, but saying like, "Oh, well, she always." Basically, what they were saying was that she never did anything to stand with the frauditors or against our side of the fence, right? Ever before, until her and Josh became buddy over this whole Chile situation. So I wasn't just like, "Oh, Kate's a great hero, this and that." I was trying to state facts. Like, wait a minute. She's the one who helped take down Virgo Triad. And Virgo was a big anti-frauditor. So if just stating fact, like, this isn't the first time she ever sort of seemed to flip sides or whatever. She tries to at least portray herself on her channel as being completely neutral. If she sees something bad on one end, she's going to point it out. If she sees something bad on the other end, she's going to point it out. That's what I was saying. That's how I read it. But again, there was all this arguing and all this stuff going back and forth and whatever. I was, like I said, I even told them, I'm like, I even wrote it down at the time. I just wanted to talk about three things. This is why I was on the panel. It had nothing to do with any of this. They were saying that when the cops pull them over, it's retaliatory, and that the reason Broken System got arrested was because it was retaliation. But how is you going out to that same corner and yelling and screaming and swearing and hollering at the cops all day, every day, and filming yourself doing it, not you taking retaliation against the cops for the times they've busted you in the past? Like, how are you accusing them of retaliation when your entire life is dedicated to retaliating against them? I wanted to say that. And then the whole thing, like the underlying, the foundation on which all of this that happened yesterday was built, was that, what's up, Tinker? Was that when all of this was a speed trap, okay? Wolverine and BSBT for the past 2 weeks have been going out to the exact same speed trap every day and have been standing there all day, every day, screaming and swearing and hollering at the cops, okay? And what I wanted to point out, and again, why I was even there at all, was to try and talk about, again, like I said first, the whole idea of the retaliation thing. But then the other thing is they keep talking about how, man, I've been standing here for 20 minutes and he already pulled over 60 people. I can't believe how many people they're pulling over. So it's the cops' fault that there's that many people speeding? If there's that many people speeding in that area, then that's why they need a speed trap. If they caught 60 people speeding, then that means that there were 60 people speeding. Like, obviously, that's a place where people are just no self-control at all. Otherwise, the cops wouldn't be able. You don't want the cops to pull people over there. Why are you screaming and swearing and hollering at the cops? Why aren't you out there screaming and hollering at the people to slow down? Why are you driving so fast? Right? And then Wolverine comes on there and says, well, if the cops just parked and turned their lights on, they'd see the lights and they'd slow down. And then that's how they would, and that's how it's proof. That was his excuse, that that's how it proves that they're just out there to steal people's money and not out there for safety. Because if they're out there for safety, they would just sit there with their lights on to make people slow down. But that doesn't work, because we live on Earth in the real world. And in the real world, if you're driving 90 miles an hour and you see the cop lights ahead, you're going to slow down until you pass the cop, then you're going to speed right back up. Like, that doesn't slow down the speeding overall. That doesn't make a dent in the speeding overall just for the 5 seconds that they're passing the squad car. That's the only effect that would have. So that I wanted to bring up. And then another thing I really wanted to bring up and was kind of disappointed that I didn't get a chance to do it, because it was something that they were talking to Kate about, and it was like they were trying to educate her on this law. So they brought up this law and they were showing it, and it was about their associates. Hello, it was. See, now I can't remember exactly what the law was, because at the time I took my notes down. I was on the panel, so I didn't think to write down that part of it because I didn't know that I wasn't going to get to it. But basically, they were talking about how the number one cause of death in the world, or see, that's the thing. Whatever it was, I don't remember specifically what the stat was, but they were bringing up proof that the number one cause of death in America was such and such, whatever it is. So he pulled up this fact, and I read it, and then I found where he got it from, and I read it again, and it was talking about globally. Oh, it was like gentrification or something. It was people killing their own citizens. They're trying to say, like, the police are out in the streets mowing everybody down, and here's proof. The government itself killing its own citizens has become the number one killer in the country. And then you read the article that he quoted, if you actually do like I did. Coffee. And you'll quickly see that in the 20th century, globally, so 20th century, so this is including Nazi Germany, okay? Globally, in the 20th century, that was the number one cause of death, was the government itself killing its own citizens, which Hitler killing all the citizens in Germany, all these, right? There's so many things that happened during the 20th century that count. But these guys are trying to sell it and are specifically selling it as, here's proof that in America, cops are killing more people and more people die from being killed by cops than anything else. It's like, wait a minute. The entire 20th century, yes. USSR, China, Pol Pot, Germany, Vietnam, North Korea, everything. That would all be included on that list. But they're trying to sell that one tiny little paragraph, just like they do with Poster 7, taking the one sentence. They're taking that one little paragraph that says it's the number one killer. But you read the whole article and it's like, yeah, globally throughout the 20th century. So, well, yeah, duh. You know, that's like I could probably find something somewhere, like a report about the first atom bomb, and where maybe one of the scientists working on it was Jewish, And so then does that mean that the Jews invented the atom bomb to kill the world? Like, that's the kind of mentality behind this. It's like they do this with everything, right? I mean, this is how these people think. That's how they handle their laws too. What's up, Kfar? Good to see you. All right, you're here. Kfar's here. Let me go back and address the thing I wanted to say, but I wanted to make sure he was here before I said it. So, Kfar's in the house. What's up? And in the meantime, anyone else I didn't say hello to? Yeah, Poster 7, the way they use it is a joke. I'm here listening. False equivalencies. Oh, yeah, they're masters at that. I thought the number one cause of death was dying. Thank you, ATV Thunder. All right. So this is all I wanted to say. This is what it all comes down to right here. And again, it's the whole reason I'm spending all this time talking about the way that they take words and laws and all these things out of context and all that is because this is how they think. This is how they act. This is how you have to react, is knowing and understanding that they don't care about facts. They don't care about definitions of words. They don't care about laws. They care about their script and selling it as it's a fact when we all know it's been debunked upside down, backwards, and forwards 100 times over, right? So anything anyone says, once the words come out, they can be taken and molded and whatever. And I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything. I wasn't even trying to be involved on any level other than, like I said, I just read to you guys off the list that I made yesterday of the issues I wanted to address with Broken System. And it had nothing to do with him and Kate or him and Kfar for that matter, because I've already told him. And the last time I was on stream with him that, like, I thought, there's no excuse for what he's doing over there, and it's all BS. So what happens? I don't know. I can't get into anybody's head. And it was this tiny little nugget of nothing that just went by in the middle of a conversation with 6 different people all talking at the same time. So maybe, probably, most likely, it isn't even a thing. It isn't even going to be a thing. And no one's even going to think about it. And it's never going to come up again. But once somebody says something, once the words come out of their mouth and it's out there on the internet, then people can go back. If that's one thing we've learned, how many times have people lost their jobs over something they tweeted or posted 10 years ago, right? So anything that comes out of your mouth, like, and that's it. It sounds like a lot of drama, and I don't want to be part of any drama. I just want to laugh at idiots and point out their stupidity, right? And maybe take the opportunity, if possible, which I'm finding it's harder and harder to do because they don't listen, to actually try and educate some of these idiots, right? But anyway, what's up, Scott Ammo? Here's the thing, and this is, see, even I'm building it up probably more than it deserves, but I know from experience and from the news and cancel culture and everything else how this stuff works. As soon as something comes out of your mouth, then it can become a thing. So I want to make sure that I absolutely make it absolutely 100% clear that I do not think that Kate meant anything bad in any way by this. I think that because I show up in her chat a lot, because I'm on her Discord, that she probably recognized my name, and that's why. But at one point during the scrum, while everybody was all talking and going blah, 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 Kate says, and she says, Hezuki, just like BSBT does. She says, and Hezuki, I know you, and I also know that you're one of the creators that donated to me to help get Broken System out of jail. So I just wanted to thank you for that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know that you were just talking and you probably just recognized me because you've seen me in your Discord and you've seen me there. So it was probably a mistake that you said that. But you just put out there on the internet that I was one of the people who helped bail him out. I didn't have anything to do with that. I didn't give any money to you for that. No, no, no. No, not me. No, did not happen. But again, I'm not saying she was lying. I'm saying, you know, she obviously recognized my name because she's seen me in her chats, because she's seen me in her Discord, and maybe somehow she got that in her head. Like, I think, I hope, I pray that she just misspoke. Or there's a Hezokuai stock account out there somewhere. And if there is, if any of you guys see him, let me know. Because that's the part that scares me. And that's why I was kind of like, on one hand, I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, you know, and I'm assuming that she just, you know, because she recognized my name, maybe she misspoke or whatever. But if she legitimately got a cash donation for BSBT under my name, I'm not the one who sent it, which means that there's somebody else calling themselves Hezokuai. And that's where I get worried, because if that's a thing, then whoa, wait a minute now. Am I going to have to change like all my stuff to @real Hezokuai now? Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. My sock account. People use sock accounts? Say it ain't so. With the real Hezokuai, please stand up. Please stand up. Well, you'll always know it's me. That's another thing I should do. I should come up with like some kind of code. Since so many of you guys are my members, maybe I'll put like a member only thing where I'll come up with some kind of code where, like, if you guys see a Hezokuai somewhere and you're not 100% sure if it's me, ask the secret question, right? We'll have like our secret password for the Hezokuai Club. We'll be like, well, blah, 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 blah. No, that ain't it. Sorry, you're out. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. That I wasn't, you know, again, I'm not trying to say anything on either side. Just like, whoa, I didn't do that. THC, the Hezokuai crew. That's right. Rash, rise and shine with Hezokuai. She's just trying to throw that out there. Maybe. I'll tell you what, Jennifer, I trust you for sure. All the way down the line. So we'll see. Yeah. Secret code. What's THC? Delta 9 tetrahydrocarbanoid. Cannabinoid. I like rashers because, like, we get under the skin of the frauditors like a rash, right? But THC is a double entendre also, because THC, the chemical, is Delta 9, whatever, that gets you high when you smoke weed. But the Hezokuai crew, THC. So that's why it's like that. So there's that. Yeah, even David knows what it is. Tetrahydrocannabinol. Cannabinoid. Yeah, see, I've never blah, blah, blah. Tetris hydrocannabolus. Tetris. I love Tetris. Oh, I wonder if that's where they came up with it. When I was a kid and I was in raves and I was a rave DJ, I was so mad because this DJ came out called Delta 9. And that was what I wanted my DJ name to be. But yeah, that was funny. I thought that was a great name for a DJ. Oh man. Yeah, let's not whatever. It was near the end. Yeah, stranger. That's when I was that was when I was in that was right before I went up on Josh's panel. I was actually watching it on Kfar's channel. And then when he went out, I moved over there, and then that's when I actually got up on the panel because he was having an open panel. Yeah, yeah. I'm not into lies, Jennifer. I'm not either. That's one of the reasons why I like calling people out on their lies on my stream. So now that I got that out of the way, I want to move on to the next bit that I wanted to cover. And then since it's Friday morning, I'm going to go get my weekend started and enjoy my nice weekend. It's beautiful weather out here again. It's so funny to me how in Florida, all these people are running around. And I said it earlier, but for those of you who weren't here, it's crazy because I'm from Chicago. And then from there, I went to Wisconsin, which is even further north. And then I came down here to Florida, and I'm walking around yesterday with a sleeveless shirt and shorts on, and these Floridians, they got their big thick winter coats with a hat and fur, and they're freezing, and they got these big pants and all this, and I'm like, this weather's so beautiful. This is great, and that's why I'm saying I'm gonna love this weekend. I'm gonna be sitting outside, soaking up the cold. What they call cold, what I call beautiful. And it was funny too, because, I tried, and again, if you have eyes, you can see that I'm not in shape, but I do swim my laps and I do lift weights every day. And I go to the pool, and it was so cold by Floridian's definition, it was deserted. I had the entire pool to myself. It was great. Mwah. I'm doing laps. I'm running around. I'm doing my I had those like pool weights. I'm doing like pool exercises. Oh, it was beautiful. And then I'm sitting in the hot tub, just chill. Oh man, it's great. It was wonderful. I'm sure if I stay down here for any, let's go. What's up? If I stay here for any long period of time, I eventually. Kate said that I contribute. That's what I just said. Let's go. That, like, I think that was that maybe Kate misspoke. Like I said, I'm assuming that she recognized my name just from being on her one of her subscribers and in her Discord, and maybe somehow, because again, I don't want to accuse her of flat out lying, saying that I did it. Because it's not like, something bad or whatever, but like, I don't take that as an accusation necessarily, but I also know that could potentially paint a picture like, well, why is this guy donating to get this guy out of jail? It's like, well, I didn't. But that's the thing. And this is important. It isn't even about, how dare you say that I donated? It's not like if Team Skeptic got arrested, or if Radical got arrested, or if Jennifer Klein got arrested, or if any one of you guys got arrested and I didn't donate to get you out, and then someone said I did, I'd say like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't do that. Like, it's not about whether or not it's him. It's just a statement of fact. I did not donate. And again, the reason why it bothers me isn't even because of that. It's because if she legitimately has a donation in her records from me, that means there's somebody with a sock account called Hezokuai that used my name, to not my real name, obviously, but my screen name, to make a donation. And that's what concerns me, is, whoa, wait a minute. Is there a because I know there's plenty of sock accounts out there and people do that all the time. But again, I also know because let's face it, right? When, at least for me, I would hope more people do. Obviously, they don't because we see it every day, right? But I knew before I started getting into this, like getting heavy into this whole YouTube thing, that this is the internet game. And especially today with the modern cancel culture and all this woke stuff and everything that's going on, the internet game, if you don't know the rules, you're going to get killed. I mean, you will get squashed. People come on here and have super successful channels with millions of subs, making tons of money, say or do one thing just the wrong way a little bit, and boom, they're done, right? So I know the game, and I know how it goes, and I know how trolls are, and I know what that is, and I accept it all. I decided long before I got into it, I'm like, okay, look, people are going to come in there, they're going to talk shit. You have to either ignore it because you don't want to feed the trolls, or have fun with it, which if you're having fun, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But whatever it is, right? You have to just do what you got to do. And yeah, YouTube is a brutal work environment. It is. It is. When you start messing with the internet, the problem is you get everyone in the world potentially involved, and it can become daunting at times. But I see it, I'm not comparing any of what we do to celebrity. I mean, even famous YouTubers, if PewDiePie was walking down the street next to, Leonardo DiCaprio, more people are going to know who Leonardo is. So internet famous is different. But it is a thing where, like when someone's famous, like they get hate mail, they get fan letters, they get all of that. And if you're not ready to deal with the hate mail, stand-up comedian, you're going to get heckled, you're going to get booed. If you're not ready to deal with that, then you have no business getting up there on that stage, because you're never going to be a success, because you got to work through that shit, and you got to hold it together and keep it going, and not let that stuff bother you. So whatever. It's all crazy. So hey, remember, guys, if you ever want to know where I'm at and you start questioning me or my stuff, just remember, I'm the guy who wrote the damn book. Literally. All right? So don't be telling me nothing about this. This is legit. Everyone knows I got the sauce, man. I ain't fooling around. And my fans know who I am and what I'm about, so it's all good. And remember, how many times, if any of you guys trust Team Skeptic, how many times has he come on here just to say to me and to my fans, and this is in Team Skeptic's words, talking about me, the reason I love this guy is because he's genuine, and you can tell that he's the real deal and he's honest. And that's what I cling to more than anything else. That's my pride. That's my, that's what I'm all about. Oh, no. Yeah, Jennifer, you're totally, just the fact that you're here at all is always a pleasure for me. It's like an honor, because I see how active you are in everyone else's chats. Even before, you started popping up in my channel, I knew who you were just from seeing you with, you've been a big part of this community, beloved in this community forever. We all know you. We all love you. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. In fact, not only can you not do something, but even if you did do something bad, I'd be like, oh yeah, but it's Jennifer, so it's all right. We're going to let it slide. Like, you're totally cool. You ain't got to worry about nothing. The point is, you don't even, have to apologize if there was something worth apologizing for, and this isn't even something that you need to apologize for. So, well, yeah, and that's the thing. I was again. See, I can't even talk because these guys have taken the entire English language and hijacked it and turned it into this other thing where they twist every word. And freaking what was his name? Victor, whatever the hell his name is. I was on a panel with who the hell all was there? I think Joe Cool was there. Who else? I don't know. Anyway, maybe it was Broken System. I don't know. But this dude shows up. And what the hell was his name? I think it's Victor something or Vic something. It's crazy because I'd say his name and everyone here will be like, oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. And it's driving me nuts that I can't remember who it is now. But the point is, it doesn't even matter who it was, really. The point is, like, I was on panel with him, and basically I was trying to acknowledge that, like, for example, you guys having a conversation in the chat right now, right? Now, let's say you come on here every morning and you see the same people every morning, and you chat with the same people every day. And then 5 years from now, you guys are doing this all day, every day. And then you actually go on to a panel. Any one of you, let's say Billy Yank, you go onto a panel, and then Salacious shows up on the same panel. And you say, hey, Salacious, I know you. We talk all the time, right? What this guy that I'm talking about, when I said that to him, he was like, I've never met you. We've never spoken in person. What are you talking about? We talk all the time. And he starts going off on this big diatribe, like, how dare you insinuate that you and I are friends and that we have conversations? And it's like, dude, I'm just saying. I see you in, like, okay. So now, because the Frauditor brains and mindsets, human beings can't even communicate anymore? Like, that's your goal, is to increase free speech so that we can not know how to communicate to each other? I can't say, hey, good to see you again. But instead, I have to say, hey, good to see you after that one time 3 years ago when you and Bob and Steve and Tony and Jim and Bob were all in the same place, and I happened to be there too, and we were all talking and in a group and explain a 75-minute history of how you know who this person is. You can't just say, hey, I know you, or I've seen you before. Like, you have to... thank you. Nick Volt, that's his name. Nick Volt. And if he doesn't want to be my friend, I don't care, because it's Nick Volt. And Rogue, that's easy for you to say when you're in here almost every morning. Let me ask you something there, Mr. Rogue Nation there. Getting all wonderful and fantastic with your stuff that you do. So I always find it fascinating the way that no matter how often I try to teach you guys something, you never learn. Like, so let me ask you, first of all, when did you decide exactly to dedicate your life to hatred and evil? And I don't know, what exactly was it that hurt your feelings so bad that you decided to dedicate your life to retaliating against the government for hurting your feelings? Like, I guess I'm still not sure exactly what the moment was where you went from being a human to something cracking in your brain? And like, were you reading occult books and like summoning demons, and then they told you audit the police? Yes. Like I don't know. Like it's just I've always had trouble understanding, what makes people evil. $1.99. That's what did it. Oh well. Yeah, that's for sure. So anyway, that's one of the things that I love about Rogue Nation, though, is that like he is, because I always use this in general when I talk about frauditors, but he specifically is an extremely good example of someone who does not know how to talk to another human and have a conversation. Because ultimately, and Rogue Nation, I'm actually talking to you directly right now, okay? The only thing in the entire universe, in the friggin' cosmos, that, wait a minute, hold on. My dog's begging me to let her out. Hold on, I gotta go let the dog out. See, she's barking. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna let that dog out. She's gonna take a peek. I'm gonna let that dog out. Yes, did you see? I'm gonna let that dog out. She's gonna take a peek. She what? She came up to me and started barking at me to let her out. She's like, come on. I gotta pee, dude. Let's go. I just let her out. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties with the poop. Yes. Let's see, where was I? Fido first, that's right. Papa's got to pee. Yep. The government held them accountable, and they hate being held accountable. That's right. Analyze, what's up? Isn't he a bartender in real life? Who, me? I've had my bartender's license. I also have a teaching license, both in Wisconsin. My degree's from Illinois, Chicago. So I got licenses, and I've done everything. I've had a lot of jobs. So anyway, to finish up, yeah, gotta love the fur babies. So getting back to what I was trying to say to Rogue Nation earlier, I'm starting over. The only thing in the entire universe, the only thing in the entire cosmos, if there's a such thing as an multiverse, whatever it is, the only thing, Rogue, that you can control is your actions. And the reason why I stress that is because, one, it's a fact. And two, anytime I ever ask you a question, or anyone for that matter, asks you a question about why you do what you do, your answer is to point out bad things that other people have done. The only thing you can control is your actions. So I'm asking you, why do you do bad things? Why do you do hateful things? Why do you do rude things? Why do you do ignorant things? Well, other people do that stuff. I don't care if other people do that stuff. I'm asking you why you do it. Well, because other people do it. Well, then you're a piece of crap. There you go. Because that's not an answer. Somebody butt hurt you, somebody hurt your feelings, and you decided to dedicate your life to either getting paid by being, either you're an asshole and you figured out a way to get paid to keep being an asshole and filming yourself doing it, or somebody hurt your feelings because you got busted doing something and decided to just go over and tear, everyone else apart because it makes you feel bigger. The smaller you make everyone else feel, the bigger you feel, especially women. You love going after women. That's one of your favorite targets. You walk into a building, you see a woman behind the counter typing, bam, there's my mark right there. Let's go give her a hard time. And then when she has feelings, insult her for feeling them. Yeah, punching down. That's Rogue Nation. Punching down, especially on women. He loves it. Why does he keep saying those are school for boys? Is that where he went to learn how to be misogynistic and brutal and target women? I don't know. Insulting crap. Oh, you're saying that he is crap and he's insulting? Yeah. Let's see. 1992. What is what? Okay, so what happened in the Dozer School for Boys in 1992? Oh, I'm asking what made him so evil. So he's saying something happened there in 1992, and that's what made him evil. Okay, so did you get arrested for something? Were you at the school for boys? Oh man. They're all followers, not leaders. There are no, yeah. It's like, it's so funny seeing how much of their argument is, and this isn't just like them, right? Like this is, like you could look up the psychology of it. This is a thing in general, not just with bad guys, but just with people in general. There is a psychological thing where there are people, many people, who have all of this information, right, in their minds, in their heads, in their experience. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Team of researchers led by Aaron Curl. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to get back to the chat. So you said, Rogue, that you just said the name of the school and a year. And then William Grabber says, in 2012, a team of researchers uncovered the graves of boys buried at the school. Okay. And then I'm an idiot. Right. You said the name of the school and a date. Are you saying you were one of the students? Are you saying that you buried one of the students? Are you saying that you killed one of the students? I'm an idiot because you just said, okay, check this out, man. Check this out. Auschwitz. What are you, retarded? You're stupid. You're so dumb. I said the word Auschwitz. And we know what it is. Why are you bringing it up? And I'm stupid because I can't read your mind to understand why you brought it up? Are you trying to claim that you were there? Are you saying that you were one of the students? Are you saying that you were the murderer of one of the students? What are you saying? Why are you bringing it up? And why am I stupid for not being able to read your mind and know why you would bring it up? And notice how he doesn't answer any of that, because I think he was being sarcastic. I think that I was mentioning how whenever anyone tries to ask him any question about what he does, he answers it by bringing up stuff other people did. And then he follows it up by bringing up something complete. You asked why I'm hateful towards the government. Because one school in one place one time did something you didn't like? So you hate the entire government. I didn't ask why you're hateful towards the government. I never asked that. My question is, why? Okay, here, let's make it more specific. Why do you walk into a building, walk up to the secretary, and if she asks you not to film her, you think it's appropriate to make fun of her feelings because she doesn't feel comfortable being filmed? Why is that okay? I know it's legal. I'm not asking you if it's legal. I'm asking you, why do you think it's okay? And if it's okay because it's legal, then cheating on your wife is okay too because it's legal. So that makes it morally okay to do because it's legal to do. Why do you engage in this horrible activity? Well, because the government did something you didn't like. Okay, why do you do things? That's the same thing. Why do I hate the government? So hate them. Vote for different people. Go to your city hall and literally redress grievances. Where did you guys get this idea that redressing grievances means screaming and hollering and swearing at people? That's not going to redress your grievance. That's not going to make the city council sit down and rethink their decisions. No, that's just going to make people say, well, there's an idiot screaming and hollering like a nut for no reason. They're not even going to hear what you're saying because you're not saying anything. Why is it not okay to investigate and prosecute the murder of 80 boys? Did you murder the 80 boys? Are you the investigator or prosecutor of that district? Are you the one who makes those calls? I'm asking you about your actions. I'm making the claim that your tactic is to take any question and twist it into something someone else did. And your answer to prove me wrong is to talk about stuff that other people did. This is the Frauditor brain, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even have to do anything. Was I holding up any damn cue cards? No. I made the whole point that Rogue Nation's whole thing is to just blame everyone else for everything else. And when you ask him about his actions, instead of owning up to his own actions, he automatically brings up something bad that someone else did. And he's going to prove that that's not true by bringing up something that someone else did. Look at vilified freedom. You'd be much better off trying to fart corn at the moon than explain logic or common sense to a frauditor. The answer is always money. Take away the money, you take away the frauditor. That's right, brother. You're the man, vilified. Thank you for being here, too. Love you. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's so funny that hello. It is funny. And I don't know exactly when you came in on that, vilified, but that's exactly what happened. I was Rogue Nation's in the chat here, or was, and I was having a conversation with him, and I was trying to make a point that I made the assertion that Rogue Nation's primary tactic for discussion is if you ask him why he engages in any certain type of behavior, he will not own that behavior. He will not say anything about the behavior or his motivations behind it. He will say something about someone else's behavior. If he says, hey, why do you think it's appropriate to walk into a room, walk up to a woman, and start giving her a hard time if she asks you not to film her. And his answer is, well, somebody got killed once a long time ago. All right. I'm asking you what. So anyway, so his proof, what he offers as proof that I'm wrong, that he doesn't answer all questions by just talking about other bad things that other people did. He brings up a school that did something bad a long time ago. Like, so you're just proving me right with your evidence to prove me wrong. What's up, Elweed Skadar? How you doing? Good to see you. Glad to have you here. Anyway, the Jennifer split. What's up? I heard people say bye, Jennifer Klein. Chelsea May. What's up? Man, I'm going to tell you right now, you could also put on never for Kate. Kate Farr is not the only one she's done this to. How is being an asshole and bothering innocent people investigating? Yeah. Oh, there he is. It's a pattern of places repeated all over the country. You mean idiots showing up with cameras and harassing the employees? Unfortunately, that is becoming a pattern. I have to admit that is true. And that's one of the reasons why people on our end have to fight it harder, because it is becoming a pattern. Every day I'm seeing more and more idiots walking into places and harassing people and filming themselves doing it, and then giggling like little schoolgirls. Oh, I hurt someone's feelings. I made someone cry. Oh, especially if I did it to a woman. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. I could go home with a smile on my face and feel pride and happiness that I made a woman cry. Oh, I'm such a man. Oh. Yeah, right. Showing up with a camera and other people harassing the cameraman. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. So here, I asked this. All right, take it easy, Jennifer. Have fun. Have a good day. Thank you for coming, always. So I ask this question all the time, and I've still never gotten anything even close to an answer. But I will again ask. You're always saying that those people need to mind their own business and leave you alone. But when what you're doing is filming their business, how is that you minding your own business? How is you filming somebody else's business, not you getting into their business? Well, they walked up to my camera. You're in their place of employment. You're in their business. You're filming their business. How is that you minding your own business? And what would happen if they did? If you walked into a building and no one said anything to you at all, what would happen? Look at the horrible customer service in this place. These servants, they didn't come running to lick my boots and to beg me for the pleasure of being able to hand over their phone records, and they didn't volunteer their personal private home information and address and their husband's penis length and their social security number and their bank account numbers. So I had to actually go out of my way to FOIA it. Oh my God, how dare these horrible public servants not lick my balls? How dare they not do what I say when I say it? How dare they not immediately offer to throw out the red carpet and shine my shoes and feed me while I sit there on the throne of gold coins? All you would do is complain about the horrible customer service if they ignored you. You don't ignore customers, but you're not a customer. You're an asshole with the camera. I'm sorry. You're an idiot with the camera. You're a jackwagon with the camera. I can't tell you, but I can't make you comprehend. If you can tell me, tell me. Go ahead. Go ahead. See? Once again, look at this. This is beautiful. This is again. It's like I could almost predict it. I could almost like lay it out. Like if this was a script for a film, I wouldn't even have to think to write it because I would have everything done. What's up, Blue Vaughn? Like, hey, you guys do this, and this. Why? Answer: somebody else did something. Okay, but you did this, and this. Answer: yeah, but somebody else did something. Okay, prove me wrong. Well, somebody else did something. Okay, so no matter what I say, you're going to bring up something that somebody else did and never even begin to think about owning up to anything you've done. Oh, well, you guys show people in your videos. Okay, but what about what you're doing? Well, the government did this. Okay, but what about what you're doing? Well, you take other people's videos and monetize them. Okay, but what about what you're doing? Well, you can do it, and you do that, and you do that. What about you? What about the things that you do? I always go back to the example of cheating, and the reason why I do that is because it's a good example of something that is wrong, but you're not going to go to jail for it. Nobody's getting locked up in prison for 20 years for having an affair, right? But so your wife catches you with another woman, she has no right to be upset because it's legal. So her feelings don't trump laws, and it makes it okay for you to do it. And your excuse for doing it is, well, other people cheat on their wives, so that makes it okay for me to cheat on mine. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Other people film themselves acting like a jerk, so I should film myself acting like a jerk because they do it too. A false narrative. Yeah, you're definitely well, here's the thing. All of you guys are great at building false narratives, but you specifically are great at deflecting anything that you do onto other people, because that's what you've been doing this whole chat. I've been talking about how you do that, and this whole time you've been trying to stick up for yourself by doing it. Hey guys, this guy likes to go around breaking windows for no reason. No, I don't. Smash. I would never do that. Smash. I don't know what you're talking about. Smash. In fact, I can prove I don't do that. Smash. Here, look at this. Smash. This is how, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-realization. This is how completely brain dead you are. You don't even realize that to prove that you don't do what I'm accusing you of doing, you're doing what I'm accusing you of doing to prove you don't do that. Like, you're doing exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Cal MAGA. California MAGA. What's up? Oh, well, at least finally we got some truth. Ladies and gentlemen, copy and paste, take a screenshot at this moment. We finally got Rogue Nation to say something that was true. Yay, the one and only time he ever said something true. And we got it right here on the internet for the whole world to see. Take a screenshot of it. I attack women all the time. That's why they made a documentary of me and some others. There you go. Boom. So, that being said, Alan is here. Hello. We're not talking about the dolls you play with. Yeah, he loves to play with dolls. Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's like, if it's legal to do something, then you should do it because it's legal. So ultimately, and this is another one of the many insane things that none of their brains are able to function enough. They don't have enough neurons firing to make the connection to understand that they're not fighting. In their heads, maybe they believe that they're fighting for our rights, but what they're doing is any laws or regulations or anything that actually is in any way limiting our rights are being created as a result of what you guys are doing. You guys are causing us to lose freedom. You guys are causing us to lose rights because nobody wants to deal, including the general public, with you idiots. I wanted to point something out. And this, I think, is a perfect time to get into it because I think this is a good segue. So I want to start with talking about Big West Audits. And his channel's like completely gone now. It isn't even just like from Big West Audits to Big West Gaming to now it's poof. Okay. I'm going to start with talking about him. So the 1A community, Ironton Auditor, what's up? The 1A community, and I'm talking about the frauditors now, okay? Because whatever. If you don't know by now that, especially because you can see I have Ironton in my chat right now, if you guys don't know by now that I draw a very specific distinction between auditors and frauditors, like there's a reason why I use the word frauditor, because I wouldn't talk to about an auditor that way, right? I'm talking about frauditors, right? They put this false information, they build these false narratives, and they appeal to idiots. They are idiots, and their fans are idiots. And if I'm lying, I got 2 examples for you to prove that their fans are stupid as rocks. Number 1, Big West Audits. We all saw his entire frauditing journey. We all watched it together. He saw these videos and decided, that looks like fun. I'm so stupid. I'm going to believe in all these false narratives and all these BS these idiots are trying to sell. And I'm going to walk into a clearly private property and say, this isn't private property. And they go, well, no, sir, actually it is. Well, no, it's not. Oh, well, it is. So there you go. You leave. And then trying to push the card reader and talk to it, right? So he was an example, and I'm glad he stopped. I'm not trying to, diss him because I'm glad that he learned his lesson, right? But the point I'm trying to make is people like him are proof that people who believe idiots are idiots. Because how dumb was he? Now, you could say, well, that was just one example. Well, guess what? Just yesterday, I think it was through Frauditor Troll. I love to give credit where credit's due, but I don't remember exactly who. Edward, it's not a frauditing video, is it? If it is, we need to go over there and tell him, dude, I thought you were done. What's your problem? Well, no. Here's the thing, Leland. Yes, he is. But I'm talking about the results. Okay, like these guys are supposedly going out there fighting for something. So, what are the actual tangible results of what they're doing that we can actually see? Well, how about someone like this? Now, you want to talk about somebody that is stupid? Proof that their fans are idiots and that people who think this is a good idea are stupid? Here's some more evidence to support that argument. This is Edward Schultz, 64 subscribers. He's got a Bitcoin logo. His 2 videos are literally the same video. And let's see what we got here. Let's start at the beginning.
See inside these vehicles. See what he's got in there. Anything illegal?
Why would a cop have illegal stuff in his car? That's not up for you to decide. All right, so you win the superhero award because you filmed through someone's window. Wow, what a great freedom fighter. He stuck his phone in someone's window.
Some of the,
yay.
probably some of the
I sure feel safer now that happened.
covered cars and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Probably over this way.
Yeah, make sure all the criminals know what all the undercover cars look like so that they'll know to stay away from them. Yeah.
Those monsters, look at that. Probably the crappiest stuff you could put in your system.
Wow. Yep, that proves they're corrupt. They drink unhealthy drinks.
See what we got going on in here.
Oh, look at that. See, guys, this is why I can sit in this house and be comfortable, because this guy's out here doing this.
This is a canine unit, looks like. Got a exhaust fan there.
Wow.
Timely triggers, huh? Timely triggers.
All right, I'm going to forward a little bit because I want to.
Freemason land stuff. Police
Oh, yeah.
personnel beyond this point. Okay.
I want to get to some of the parts that illustrate his stupidity.
I mean, I can't look.
Let's see. Where's the conversation? He gets in with the cop or security guy, whatever this is. All right.
I'm just an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
Vertical, of course.
I got to do this.
Sure.
You have a cell phone?
I do not. Not with me. This is it right here.
Is that a cell phone?
It's both.
Capable of taking pictures?
Video, yes.
You have to leave it out here.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
Can't come in
What's
here.
your name and badge number?
You can leave or you can leave your cell phone out here.
That's
it's
incorrect.
your choice.
This is protected by the First Amendment.
Call the city.
Please call the city.
Sir,
Don't put your hands
Call
on
the
me.
city.
I'm not putting my hands on you.
Okay.
You tell me what's going on.
Okay, I'm doing a First Amendment protected act, which is I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. This camera proves everything I do. Therefore, I'm allowed to go into any publicly accessible place with this camera and video. Deny it all you want. Go ahead and call the police. Go ahead. I dare you.
Call PD.
Go ahead.
The judge sets the rules.
I don't care about
on
your
this
judge.
story.
Supreme Court says I have the right to be here. I have the right to be here. You're going to learn something today, sir.
Well,
No,
I
he's not.
appreciate that.
Okay. I hope you do. Because you swore an oath to.
Uphold the Constitution.
Yes, sir. And what is the first Constitution?
Bam!
Yes, sir. And what is the first Constitution?
Uphold the
Bam!
Constitution.
Yes, sir. And what is the first Constitution?
That's the first thing he says. That it's like, okay. This is how stupid the followers of frauditors are. This guy's so dumb that he decided to become a frauditor too. So he goes out there and asks this guy, well, what's the first constitution? What's the first constitution? The first constitution? I mean, you mean like the first? Like you want to go back like to ancient Rome and look at the way their laws were written with the Republic of, like, what do you mean the first constitution? Obviously, he means the First Amendment, but that's how stupid these people are because they're dumb and they're stupid. And if they weren't, they wouldn't be frauditors. They'd get a real job.
What is it?
I'm not going to educate you.
No, I know what it is.
No, you don't.
So
you don't even know how to say it.
Signs out here.
It doesn't matter what your signs say.
Yeah, because you can't read.
Okay. We shall both soon see. You're going to learn.
Oh,
a
yeah,
very
you'll
valuable
see.
lesson today.
Thank you.
No, you're the one who's going to learn.
Step back through there.
I'm not going to move anywhere. If you touch me, that's assault.
Oh, please touch
I
him.
will wait for the police.
Yes, you will.
I have done nothing wrong.
Keep you from coming in here.
I'm not moving past
You've
this
got a
point.
camera on
Then
you,
don't.
Which is not allowed in.
Oh,
this
yes, it
building.
is.
So you step behind.
No,
that
sir.
sign right there.
You call the police. I want your supervisor. What's your name and badge number, sir?
No, we're not going to get any.
Name and badge number.
Give you nothing.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
It's in your policy.
No, it is.
Yes, it is.
You're not under arrest.
It doesn't
So
matter.
we're not giving
You are my servant.
Well, give me a goddamn raise then.
Yes.
I can't.
I'm down.
I can't, but if you're in charge,
I'm
then
fine.
you can make
You
that
guys
call.
raise your voice. I raise mine.
I'm not
Okay,
raising
you
my
guys
voice.
did.
I'm not raising my voice.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's
Let's
go
do
back
this.
and see why, because I love what the cop says, or security guard says. It's beautiful.
Badge number. What's your name and badge number, sir?
No, we're not going to get any.
Name and badge number.
Give you nothing.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
It's in your policy.
No, it is.
Yes, it is.
You're not under arrest.
It doesn't
So
matter.
we're not giving
You are my servant.
Well, give me a goddamn raise then.
I can't.
I'm down. You calm down.
I'm fine. You guys raise your voice. I raise mine.
I'm not raising my voice.
You guys did.
I'm not raising my voice.
Yes, sir.
See
Let's
how these
do this.
frauditors
Let's-
escalate these
What- what
situations
you- I want you
intentionally?
guys to learn a very valuable lesson
I
today.
want you to learn. We're going to teach you one thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
who learns a lesson today.
Yes, we will.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, we will.
I'm going to go ahead and grab my key.
You leave everything laying right where you're at.
Okay. It's illegal to hold my property against my will. You know that, right? I will be filing formal
Sir,
complaints.
Would you please turn around and
No.
walk behind that and read them signs?
No.
You think you don't?
I don't care about those signs. I care about my First
Right, you
Amendment,
don't
Second
care.
Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment rights. Good. I did tell you guys, and
They always skip the 10th Amendment.
let you guys
always
know that I
skip the
am an
10th.
independent
Always.
journalist gathering content for a story. You guys
You don't
not
believe in the
watch
10th
YouTube?
Amendment, Rogue? What's up, trans girl?
You guys are going to be the laughing stock of this town.
I'm already.
We're just looking at
Okay,
an
good.
idiot being stupid.
Okay, well, he's not going to video in here. So. Yeah, they're on their way.
And they will leave with me being able to go through here.
No, they won't. All
Hey, we've got a gentleman over here.
right, so this guy keeps making bad predictions. This is almost over. For anyone who hasn't seen this, this video before, and trans girl and anyone else who just joined us, if you didn't see it and don't know what's going on. So the reason why I'm showing this video is because I want to illustrate the point that these frauditors are out there spreading this misinformation, and it's catching on with idiots and people who are too stupid to understand that these guys are wrong. This is a newer frauditor. He only has one, well, he has two videos, but they're both this video. They're the same video, right? So this is what's happening. These guys are inspiring morons to go out there and act stupid. And if you don't believe this guy's stupid, he wanted to ask this guy about the First Amendment, but he said, well, what's my first constitution? Really? And once again, all frauditors ignore the 10th Amendment. They all ignore the 10th Amendment completely. Because, well, here, let me finish this because it gets funny because of all of the things that this moron predicts are going to happen don't happen.
Demanding. You hear that, you guys? Demanding. You guys are live. No, it is. It's my First Amendment right. You guys are not going to trample my rights. Period.
He's making a joke out of it.
And it is your policy. It is your policy to identify yourself to the public. The public is your boss. You guys somewhere along the lines have.
I love you,
forgotten
Icus.
this.
Thank you for coming.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about my day.
You know where you're at.
It doesn't matter.
If you refuse to identify yourself to a police officer, you've committed.
This is not a stop and ID state, sir. You don't think I know my rules? I know my.
Obviously, you don't.
I
You
know
wouldn't
my
be filming
Constitution
right
like
now.
the back of my hand, and you guys are sorely mistaken.
You don't even know what an amendment is.
Me? I am. You guys.
Oh, wait a
you
minute.
guys
Here we go.
report
Here we go.
everybody-
I'll tell you one thing. You're making a big deal for nothing.
Me?
Yes. Thank
Constitution
you.
like the back of my hand.
Thank
and
you.
you guys are sorely mistaken.
I'll tell you one thing. You're making a big deal for nothing.
Me?
Yep.
I am. You guys record everybody that comes in and out.
No,
But
you're
we-
trying to get clicks and views.
All of a sudden,
we see you, you
thank you.
piece of
Here
crap
we go.
idiot.
Number 42. Oh yeah. This is gonna be fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just made his first prediction that is going to turn out to be true. He saw the cops pull up and he said, this is going to be fun. Yes, it is. But not for him. But it's going to be a blast for us. Ooh, wait, this is going to be great.
Hey, come back in here. Don't talk without me.
He's opening the door.
Fair enough. How are you doing today? Name and badge number. Yes, you do. It's in your policy. Call your supervisor. I want your supervisor.
My supervisor's in the military right now.
I don't care. I want whoever's above you in here
I want
right
you
now.
to put the phone down.
No. It's protected by my first constitutional right.
It's protected by my first constitutional right not to give you my name or badge.
No.
Yes.
You're a public servant.
It don't matter.
It does.
I have rights too.
We're going to find out today.
Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah. So we're at a standstill.
I need you to leave.
No.
Yes.
No.
If you don't leave, you're going to be charged with trespassing.
Charge me.
Okay. Put your hands behind your back.
Yes, sir.
Charge me. Okay. Why don't we have more cops like that? Wouldn't it be beautiful? See, when these guys say that cops need to be retrained, yes, they have to be retrained to act more like that guy. Hey, if you don't leave, you're going to be arrested. Well, I ain't leaving. All right. Slap them in the cuffs and drag them out. Done. No 45-minute conversation on the side of the road. No wasting time and resources trying to argue with an idiot that doesn't listen, that will never learn. Say, if you don't stop, I'm going to put the cuffs on you. They don't stop, put the cuffs on them. Problem solved. That's the kind of training we need. We need cops to watch this video and to see this is how you handle these guys. You walk in, you grab them, you throw the cuffs on them, you walk out. Done. Oh. Anyway, Let's go back and look at how old is this frauditor? Too old to be acting like a child, that's for sure, but they're all too old to act like children. The only one that I might give a little slack to is Big West because he is a kid. Let's see. Oh, see? There we go again. What did I just say? What did I say 20 minutes ago, guys? I said that Rogue Nation's whole life is based around deflecting everything and answering everything by bringing up other things that other people do. Never take any accountability for anything he does. Never take any responsibility for anything he does. Rogue, why do you do horrible things? So his response, well, there was a cop who killed George Floyd. Okay, so why do you do horrible things? Well, there was a school that murdered kids. Okay, why do you do horrible things? Why have you grabbed evil, put it into your black heart, and decided to possess it and own it and live your life based on spreading hatred and disgust? Well, because other people have done that. You're the one who's embracing hate. You're the one who's spreading hate. You're the one who's rude and offensive. You're the one who's doing these things. Just because someone else has done it before, that means that's your excuse for why you do it? So what? By that logic, well, people have murdered people before, so let's go around and start stabbing people. Why? Well, people have stabbed people before, so let's go stab people. It's okay because other people have stabbed people before. It's the same mentality. It's exactly the same mentality. You have absolutely zero comprehension skills at all. When I committed a crime like putting a sticker on a sign. Okay, you mean vandalism? Is that what you're talking about? So I don't know. I don't know what that was in response to. I remember, you know what? I do remember when you vandalized that sign, but I also remember when you did that fake fall down ballerina dance into the rocks. That was brilliant. Mwah, that was talent right there. Only for the money. There are lots of snake oil salesmen and grifters who make a lot of money because of morons like you. Ooh, it is true. Hey, let's see if I'm going to scroll back just a little bit, and I'm just going to read these, but I'm going to see if I could turn them all into a song. Let's see. Long Island audit can raise $300 to $500 an hour during a live stream. I have a lot of cop friends that don't put up with this nonsense ever. When I committed a crime, like putting a sticker on a sign, it's called vandalism, named after the Vandals in ancient times. They tore stuff up on purpose, just like you and what you do. But who cares? At least I'm not grifting people. I have a real job and I work hard, and you're proving that I am right. That's right. Remember what I said yesterday, even if we are acknowledging those mistakes. How many interactions with cops on the same day as George Floyd didn't end with that? Hey, Rogue Nation, it's still a crime. Committing your crimes all of the time. And see, that's another thing that's great. This is one of the reasons why, and there are many reasons why it's really hard to talk to these guys. They don't listen. They wear a disguise. They think they're smart, but they're just assholes. There ain't nothing. No. They don't know. They don't know nothing at all. Nothing at all. So the reason, one of the many reasons why it's so hard to talk to these people is because they redefine things, right, to fit their false narratives. So they decide that the definition of crime is you have to murder somebody and the cops have to physically witness you committing the murder, right? That's like their definition of crime. So right there, the conversation is never going to happen and they're never going to learn, because if we see a video of them getting pulled over for not having a license plate, or if we see a video of them being trespassed from a building, we see, hey, you're trespassing. Trespassing is a crime. But they think that if they're not murdering someone, they're not committing a crime. So it doesn't matter if we tell them they're committing a crime. They just won't accept that because their brains don't function properly. And they can't understand that, like, and this is why I love it. I love it. I love it when well, first of all, there's Rogue Nation again with his false narratives and trying to always talk about what everybody else has always done ever and never take any accountability for any of his own actions, even though supposedly he's all about accountability. What about accountability for you? Well, I could do whatever I want because I own a camera and the entire world is my slaves. Because remember, trans girl, hold on a second. This is important. You might have missed that. Okay. You have to understand something. Okay. I want to make sure that you understand who you're talking to, because you're not from the United States. So maybe you don't understand. But last week on this very stream, Breakfast with Hezokuai, Rogue Nation made it clear that we're all wrong, that the United States is not a republic. It's a monarchy, and Rogue Nation and his family specifically are the aristocracy, and we are all the proletariat. And it's our job to worship and bend over and do whatever Rogue Nation says whenever he says it, because he is the Jones, a member of the Jones family. So you have to understand when you're talking to Rogue Nation that you're not just talking to a random idiot that likes to wobble his camera around and harass women for fun and money. You're talking to a member of the aristocracy, and we're just the proletariat, and it's our job to bow down before him. So just remember that he's in charge of the world and that we are his slaves. All of us, not just public employees, but everyone. Because he's an aristocrat. Let's see. You said you protest wobbles the camera around. Yeah. I would love to see his definition for monarchy. Well, no, exactly. That's the thing, Trans. That's why I knew you'd understand what I'm talking about. He basically, I'm obviously exaggerating for comic effect, but what Rogue Nation really honestly did try to claim is that his family overall makes more money than every other family in the country, because he could prove that, right? And therefore pay more taxes than anyone in the country, and therefore have more say on what happens in the country. Like, there is no democracy, there is no republic, there is no we all have a voice. No, him and his family have the voice, and it's up to them what happens, which is the same thing as them as him saying that he's part of the monarchy and that we all just have to do whatever his family or he says that we have to do. So, in other words, he needs to go move to, at the island of the Frauditors so they could all just stand there and film each other all day and then they'll be happy. Yeah, because these people hate America. They hate the Constitution. They hate freedom. They hate rights. They hate all that stuff. And that's why they're fighting so hard against them. And that's why they're doing these things to fight as hard as they can to get more laws put in place to limit our freedom more. Like, hey, there's no such thing as laws against filming. Well, we better start filming and 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 filming until they have no choice but to pass laws against filming, because we won't stop because we're idiots. Yeah, because Rogue knows everything about who I'm related to. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. False narratives, false statements, random made up nonsense, flat out lies, and has in his bloodline. You know me and my bloodline? What if my uncle is Bill Gates and my cousin is, I don't know, Steve Jobs? You don't know me. You don't know who I'm related to. You don't know what you're talking about. But I know for a fact that you're an idiot. I've got so much evidence to prove that. It isn't even funny. But you have no evidence at all that your family are the true rulers of the United States and have more in a say than everyone else. And even if that was true, even if your family personally, specifically, your family paid more taxes than everyone else, that's what's great about America, you anti-American scumbag, is that we all have an equal voice, not just you and your family, but all of us. You don't like that? Move to another country where you can get away with that crap. Not in my country, pal. In the United States, we're a republic. We all have an equal voice, no matter how much taxes we pay. It doesn't matter if you pay more taxes than me. We still can vote. We still have an equal voice in this country. You don't like it? Move somewhere else. They always talk about trying to stop people coming up here from Mexico. Maybe you should go down there, see how they like you down there. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Oh, if you touch me, I'm going to cry like a... And I love the fact that they're always calling cops cowards, but if you just touch them, just like, boop, ah, he touched me, that's assault. Who's the coward? In the United States, I can film whatever I want from public, right? And what? What's the point of that? Like seriously, like what is that statement even supposed to mean? In the United States, I can film whatever I want from public. You don't like it, move somewhere else. What does that mean? Like that is that English? Don't touch me, lady. Don't touch me, lady. Yeah. Well, Rogue Nation, you definitely don't know our laws in this country because you think that the laws in this country are written to specifically apply to you personally because your family pays taxes. That argument is so inane and insane and ridiculous and anti-American and stupid that it's not even worth it. It wouldn't be worth addressing at all if it wasn't for the sheer stupidity of it. Makes it worth pointing out as like an example of like, hey, guys, do you think that it's possible that we're wrong? That these guys aren't stupid? Look at this. Dumb, stupid, dumbness. idiocy, even almost as bad as chili. Like, that's what it comes down to. It's like the example I showed yesterday, right? The people here, Rogue Nation, I don't think he was here when I showed this, so let me show it again. This is an example of what people like Rogue Nation are a product of. Let's see. Where is it? I should have it here. Hold on. I wasn't planning on showing this again today, so I didn't have this, but let's see. I know I got it on here. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Frauditor Troll put together a video that's 2 hours of Glenn Serial clips. It's, I'd say it's great, but I mean, it's actually kind of like his voice, his everything just sort of wrenches on your soul and makes you want to just slap the crap out of him all day, every day, forever, because he's so horrible. Let's see, where is it? Come on. Oh yeah, the armed fisherman got his DUI, so he's in jail now. That's always fun. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. Oh wait, you know what? I know a better way I can find it. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I showed some of this yesterday, and this is an example of the kind of this is the type of thing that creates. This is where people like Rogue Nation come from. Is this level of intelligence that's out there, right? So I'm about to show you a video that really exemplifies the level of intelligence out there in the general public. So one, people like Rogue Nation are a product of this. Two, these are the people that people like him appeal to. So let's take a look at Rogue Nation and people that think that what he does is a good thing.
11?
Yes, around there. How long is a quarter of an hour?
25 minutes.
Yes. You know that what two countries border the U.S.?
You said what two countries what?
Border?
Mexico? I don't fucking know. Mexico and I don't know. I forgot.
Yes. How many dimes make up $1?
How many dimes?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're doing math now? Why are you doing all the questions I can't answer?
Take a guess. You know this.
Dimes. Wait, I'm trying to remember what dimes are. Wait, $1?
Yeah.
Next question.
How many minutes are in an hour? Yes.
Wait, half an hour? Yeah, 60, right?
In half an hour?
No, 45, 30. 30,
Which one?
45.
Which number?
35.
Yes. You almost messed up. How many dimes make up $1?
1,000 or 100? 100.
Yes. What year was the U.S. founded?
What year?
Yeah.
Oh, you lost me with that one.
Around what year? You know this.
Around what year was founded? I feel like I should know this one.
I feel like you do know this one.
What year was it founded? Nah, you got it with that one. I don't know.
This is
Guess
your
like around
audience,
what year?
bro.
You got to guess.
These are the people who think you're smart.
Nah, because I'm going to look
Guess a year. You know.
a year.
Around when?
Founded. I'm going to be like,
These are the people you appeal to.
1995? No.
94, 95.
95.
It was 94.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yes. Do you know how long a quarter of an hour is?
A quarter of an hour, that's 25 minutes.
Yes. How many seasons are there?
5. Wait, spring, right? That's seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. 4. Spring, summer, winter, fall.
If you're driving 60 miles an hour and you've been driving for 1 hour, then how far do you travel?
I don't know, like 60 miles. I don't know.
What's a guess?
30 minutes? I don't know. 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
And
an
you've been
interview
driving
of
for an
Woke
hour.
Nation's
Then what's the distance
subscribers.
you go? How far do you travel?
I don't drive, so I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't know.
Hey,
Take a
Ro,
guess.
can
Like
you
imagine
answer any
you're
of
in a
these
car
questions
and you're driving 60 miles an hour, and then you've been driving for an hour. Then
without
yeah,
Googling
it is
the
pretty
answers?
fast. So how far do you think you would get in that time?
It wouldn't take me that long, so maybe like 20 minutes.
Yes. Do you know how many stars there are in the U.S. flag?
Dang. Okay.
Around how many?
15, 16. I don't know.
15 or 16?
Yeah, 15.
Yes. How long is a quarter of an hour?
Like 30, half an hour. That's 30 minutes, right?
Yes. When do they celebrate the 4th of July in England?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you had to guess.
Is it in July too?
Yes. Nice. 2 days before us. Do you know who fought in the Civil War?
You know who fought in the Civil War?
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Soldiers.
You got me there. If you were born 10 years ago, then how old would you be today?
10 years ago. I don't know. I'll be like 14, 12. 12? You don't even know how old I am. If I was, what was it again?
If you were born 10 years ago
If I
today,
was born 10 years ago today, how old would I be? I'm 20. You're 20? 10, right? I said 12, close.
yes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the crowd that these people are, that these frauditors are appealing to, right? This lack of education among the populace is why frauditors exist, because there are people who are stupid enough to hear this frauditor nonsense and actually think it's real, and actually think that the quote unquote laws they're talking about make sense. They only can make sense to someone who's stupid enough to believe it. You have to be dumb to believe it. That's the fact, Jack. So they're stupid, they're dumb, they're stupid, and they're dumb and stupid. We got more people gifting subscriptions out here. Like I said before, I love it, I appreciate it, and I want to acknowledge it. But at the same time, when I'm on StreamYard, I don't see it. Let's see. Conspiracy theories are destroying our country. Yeah, it's insane. Wait a minute, William Grabber. I got a better one. I got a better one. I like that though. When I was a kid, it was if a plane crashes on the border between Canada and the United States, half of the plane is on the Canadian side of the border, and the other half of the plane is on the United States side of the border. In what country do they bury the survivors? The public is very dumb, and that proves it, really. Yes, that's my point. That's my whole point. When this is your sampling of the intelligence level of people in the United States, then you start to realize sovereign citizens, frauditors, look, that's where these people are coming from, right? This is the pool out of which the idiots are being pulled. What's up, Hezokuai? I didn't see you before. You shoot the survivors. I love your answer. That's the best one ever. Oh, I love it when my kids call me a boomer because my parents are boomers. I'm Gen X, but they don't know that because they're too stupid. Adelaide, what's up? And they can't understand why filming is legal. No, nobody ever said filming wasn't legal. See, that's the thing. That like every single day, every day I come on here and I talk about these idiots doing these stupid things, and they always say, but filming is legal. I've had this channel for 12 years. Find one video where I ever said that it was against the law to film something. Where's this argument? You guys always make this argument, not just here in this chat, but even when you're talking to the cops, right? I'm filming. Filming's legal. Okay, fine. So what does that have to do with what we're talking about? Well, I have the First Amendment right to do this. Okay, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about? Nothing. The way that they argue is so based heavily on the script and just reciting and spouting the same nonsense every time. And it's all just meaningless word salad and gobbledygook. And they call it fighting. And yesterday, with Broken System, Broken Trust, and Wolverine Transparency, although most of the conversation was about the fact that Kate bailed him out, there were bits and pieces of the conversation where they started getting into their whole activism, right? And they would say, I was just redressing my grievances with the government. I would like anyone to show me where, anywhere, redressing the government is defined as screaming and hollering swear words and insults at cops. How is that redressing grievances? When you're saying the Constitution says I'm allowed to redress grievances, it's not saying that you have the constitutional right to hoop and holler and yell and scream and insult people. Like, it's not saying you can't do that, but that's not a redress of grievances. But you call it that because you know that's legal. That's why they call what they do journalism, because then it's covered by freedom of the press. I actually started this whole thing, like going way back, like 3-4 years. The very first video I ever made that had anything to do with this was I did a joke post on Reddit that I called the Sovereign Citizen Dictionary, or I called it, all right. So they always talk about Black's Law Dictionary. And I was watching a Radical video. The kids were really loud. So I had the captions on so I could read it. And every time the Sovtard in the video was referring to Black's Law Dictionary, the subtitles at the bottom called it Black Slaw, like black. Oh my goodness. I think I'm coming down with something. Anyway, like black coleslaw, black slaw. So I wrote a Reddit post called Black Slaw Dictionary, and it was just all these words, but the sovereign citizen definition of those words. And it was a joke, and that was my first, then I turned it into a video, and that became my first video, was the Black Slaw Dictionary. But now I'm thinking, especially now that I know how to do it, I might actually write it and get it published to go along with my Frauditor's Handbook, the Black Slaw Dictionary, because these guys have redefined words so much that it has gotten to the point where it's like foundational for all of them. Whether you're talking about someone as innocuous as, Rogue Nation, yeah, he's a horrible frauditor, piece of crap, whatever, but he's not Silence Boy. He's not SGV News. He's not an actual horrible human being. He just engages in frauditor nonsense, right? But from that level all the way down, they all have this same foundational belief that the word redress means yell and scream and hoop and holler and act like an idiot, and that the word extortion means having any laws at all that have fines involved, like that ID means cop must do what I say when I say it. that public servant means personal slave, like, and then they base everything they talk about around these definitions, and then when they talk to us, they call us stupid because we use the words correctly. We actually use the actual real definitions that exist on earth. We actually understand how to speak the language. We actually know what these words mean. And because we use them properly, we're the idiots because we don't understand their fake made up black slaw dictionary definitions, right? And that's why when I was on Paul Unslaved last week, he's given me, him and his entire panel are giving me a hard time, like I'm stupid because I don't know what they're talking about. It's not that I'm stupid, and it's not that I don't know what they're talking about. I actually know exactly what they're talking about, but I refuse to do that. When the guy asked me, have you ever wore a diaper on your face? I'm not stupid. I knew that he meant a surgical mask, but if I say yes to that question, then I'm giving him the definition that it's a diaper. And it's not. It's not. I can honestly say with 100% absolute with absolute certainty that I've never worn a diaper on my face. Okay? That is not a diaper. It's not. You changing the definition of the word to diaper is building your false narrative and twisting definitions to sell your fake BS conspiracy theory nonsense. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use your fake words, your fake definitions, your made up, invented, random nonsense, word salad, garbage definitions that you guys just, well, you didn't just pull it out of thin air, you pulled it out of the script, right? But I'm not going to use them because they're not real. You know, what's up, George Stewart? It's like, I always use this example. And I'll go back to it because it's so easy to understand that it blows my mind that these people are so absolutely incapable of rational thought that they cannot make this connection in their brains. If I take two things and put them in my hand, and then take two more things and put those in my hand and count them 1, 2, 3, 4, I will have 4 things. 2 plus 2 equals 4. I can put those things in my hand and show empirical evidence. It's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not an idea. It's not a thought. It's a fact. 2 and 2 is 4. But if you tell these guys that, they'll say, no, you're stupid. It's 8. No, it isn't. This idiot doesn't know that 2 and 2 is 8. Can you? And then the whole group of them, they all get together like a bunch of hyenas. Oh, he's stupid. He doesn't know that 2 plus 2 is 8. And then even when they disagree with each other, it'll be like, oh, no, wait a minute. 2 plus 2 is 16. Oh, okay. But it's still not 4. Stupid person thinks 2 and 2 is 4. We're the idiots because we believe that the facts are actually factual. We're the idiots. We're the ones that are on the wrong side because we accept the truth. And you guys just want to go out there and spread this world full of, I just showed you a video of the idiots that are out there, that you're spreading false information and lies through the internet to these people. And I wouldn't even care except they're believing it. People, you guys, you know, unless there's only 2 options. Think with your brain if you're even capable of doing so, and understand that it is an undeniable fact that there are only 2 possibilities. 1, you're doing it on purpose. 2, you actually are that stupid. Either way, it's wrong. If you actually are that stupid, then you're wrong because you don't know any better because you're stupid and you're wrong. And if you are smart and you do know better, then you're doing it on purpose. Stealing money. Well, didn't you know it's wrong to steal? Yeah, but I'm still stealing it. I'm doing this. Well, don't you know that's wrong? Well, it's legal. Right. There's right and there's wrong. I'm not talking about legal or illegal. I'm talking about right and wrong. And what you're doing is wrong. Period. You want to argue the legality of it? Fine. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what is right and what is wrong. 2 and 2 is 4. What you're doing is wrong. Fact. That's all there is to it. Legalese. Wait a minute. Rogue is wrong about something? No. Really? Okay. Now he's saying he meant legalese. Of course he's going to change his story once everyone proves him wrong. Here's the problem, Rogue. Okay? It's the same thing with you and your fraud splaining, right? It's always, and I talked earlier about this. It's not just you guys. I have to say it is a legitimate psychological thing that happens to humans in general, where whatever it is that they hate the most tends to be things that they themselves do. And that's always been a major psychological issue that has been studied in the human race for decades, because it's always been a thing. People have always noticed it. The more you hate something, the more you do it. But it's okay when you do it. But when anybody else does exactly the same thing that you do, they're the bad guy. That's why you guys hate being filmed. That's why if anyone films you, they're a cambacker. Right? Right? Why do you hate being filmed so much? If you're all about everybody filming everybody all the time and living in an absolute Orwellian nightmare, if that's your goal, why do you hate being filmed so much? Because you film. You hate more than anything when someone does something that you do. And you always project everything that you do onto everyone else. You never take any accountability for anything you do. It's always everyone else, right? If you get pulled over for not having a license plate, you didn't get pulled over for not having a license plate. You got pulled over because cops bad, okay? If you walk into a store and go up to the lady behind the counter and start telling her like, oh, I want this, I want that. You better do what I say because you're my servant. And how dare you not follow my orders, you horrible, rotten, no good servant, piece of crap. Get down on the floor and lick my boots before I kick you in the face because you're my servant, you horrible, terrible servant. And I'm the leader of the universe because my family pays taxes and I pay your salary, so screw you. Where on the doll do you want the salve, you little piece of crap, you scumbag peasant, right? So when you do that, that's great. But if a cop says, may I see your ID, please? All of a sudden, they're a horrible, evil, rotten, no good tyrant. What are you? The way you treat people, what the hell are you? If a cop who just says, may I have your ID, is a tyrant, then you're worse than a tyrant. Because the way you act is a billion times worse than just saying, may I have your ID? So what are you? If they're tyrants, then you have to be 1,000 times worse than a tyrant because they're not going up to you saying, you better get down on the floor and lick my boots. I know you love to say that, but show me one video where a cop asks someone to lick their boots. Show me one video where a cop forces someone to physically lick his boots. Show me one, and that's not a clip from a movie. Protecting citizens from cameras. Oh, yeah. Once again, the idiots cannot or will not choose not to understand. They just close off their minds and they're just sheep to all the other frauditors. It just, frauditors say there is no expectation of privacy in public. Frauditors say must follow frauditors. Frauditors are the gods of the universe. Must do what they say. Must be the sheep who follow the frauditors. Must do what they say. We are their slaves. Yes, Mr. Frauditor, sir. Right? I have to get a t-shirt that says it's not the camera, it's the cameraman. Because again, oh yeah, thanks for protecting people from cameras. Nobody's trying to protect people from cameras. We're trying to protect people from idiots. If you walked in there and did the same thing and you weren't filming, we'd feel the same way. But guess what? That wouldn't happen the way it does. You'd find some other way to make it happen. Right? Walk into the building. Yes, sir. May I help you? No, I'm just standing here. I mean, what do you need? This is a building that provides services. What service do you need? Oh, I don't need any. I'm just here. What? Okay. Rogue. If it was physically possible for you to comprehend any of the things that I'm saying, why would you be a frauditor? Why wouldn't you say, oh, you know what? I didn't think about it that way. He's right. Frauditing is stupid. I'm going to stop doing it. Well, if I wasn't frauditing, I wouldn't be getting anonymous emails from people turning in people that are doing something wrong. Really? You honestly believe that in the entire history of whistleblowers, that the only reason any whistleblower has ever blown a whistle was because some random idiot was wobbling a camera in their face? You don't think there's any other possible way you could get the word out there that you're out there trying to expose all this tyranny and stuff? No. You have to emotionally destroy every woman you meet nonstop, all day, every day, so that maybe somewhere along the line, someone might send you an email that says something that you assume must be true, because one of your subscribers, remember your subscriber base, the idiots that don't know that there's like 10 dimes in a nickel or whatever the heck these people were saying, right? Or don't know a dime from a nickel, right? This is your fan base. So your whole purpose of being a horrible, disgusting, rotten, no good, rude piece of garbage to women and other people as well is so that maybe someday some random moron might send you an email about something. Oh, okay. That's fine. Do you like, I mean, seriously, because I've said this before, but is it a sexual thing? Is that what it is? Like, is it the adrenaline, or is it like a sexual rush? Like, what is it about making women specifically feel uncomfortable and then making fun of them for feeling uncomfortable and making them feel low and smashing them and punching down and smashing them into the ground as hard as you can? Are you proud of that? Does that make you feel good? Do you dream about them at night and go, oh, yes, oh, I made so many women feel sad today. Oh, I'm such a big man. Oh, I'm so manly. I'm such an alpha. I made women cry. Yes, yes. Does it make you feel good to make women sad? Does it make you feel proud to make women sad? Is that really something that gets you off? Like, why? Well, because I legally have the right to film. That's not what I'm asking you. Not once did I ever ask you if you had the right to film. But that's your answer. Well, I have the right to film. I didn't ask you that. I didn't deny that. Watch this. Can't see that. Okay. Type in on the computer. Okay, so case number 364217, Mr. Daryl Jones, 47th Avenue, 1973. He's in the, oh, yes, yeah, may I help you, sir? Yes, I came to get a FOIA request form. Oh, yes, I'll be happy to help you with that. Just a moment, sir. Finish the sentence I was typing before I forget. Okay, enter. All right, save that. Okay, let me turn back in my file here and pull up FOIAs and hand you one. There you go. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. You too. Thank you. Okay, appreciate it. All right. All right, filling this out. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the file under GDR. Oh, yes. Hello. May I help you, sir? Yes. I would like to make an appointment to speak with the mayor, please. Okay, sure. Here, let me here, wait. Let me open another tab here. Get this information for the appointments. All right. And what's your name and address, sir? Okay. And I'll put you in there and your phone number and your email. Okay. And I'll put that in and we'll have an appointment set for you by next week. You should get an email from the mayor. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Anything else? No, thanks. All right. Have a nice day. Okay. And I'm doing that all day, every day. No problem. And my life is great. My job is great. And I'm working. And then here comes this guy and he's got his phone out. And, excuse me, sir. I don't feel comfortable being filmed. You're a piece of crap. How dare you tell me not to film you? I have the right to film. And you scream and yell and hoop and holler until she starts crying in tears. Oh my God, why are you doing this to me? I'm just sitting here trying to do my job. Well, you should be fired from your job because you're terrible at your job, because you're a horrible public servant, because I'm God and you have to do what I say because I said it. Now bend over backwards and give me my request form now, lady. How dare you even think to say that you don't like being filmed? I don't care about your feelings. You cry because it makes me feel good. My evil heart bursts wide with hatred when you cry. It fuels me. Why do you have to turn somebody who does this all day, every day, and has a happy life and a wonderful life and destroy their day, possibly their week, Because why? What purpose does it actually serve other than giving you your satisfaction? And this is why, Tag Nabbit. Okay, look, this is why, because a lot of you guys will always talk about like, well, you guys are making money off of YouTube, so why are you telling us we need to get a job? There's a lot of reasons why, but one of them is because it's obvious that you guys have no idea what it's like to actually work. Because you see these people that are in the office working their asses off, trying to take care of their family and pay their bills, and you walk in there like you're God and automatically just decide that they're wasting your tax dollars by not doing anything. You've obviously never worked in an office before and have absolutely no idea what working actually is. And that's why we say, why don't you get a real job? Right? And then you could say, no, man, I've been working on cars. Right. You have no idea what an office job is like. So how do you know they're not doing their job? Because they didn't bend over backwards to lick your nutsack when you walked in the door? That's not their job. How can you accuse them of not doing their job because they didn't immediately run and kiss your ass? That's not their job. Can I get a FOIA form? Well, actually, you get the FOIAs from the office on the 3rd floor. It's office number 286. Why is that so hard for you to comprehend? They just told you where it's at. So go. Put your stupid camera down and go. But I have to film it. I thought you were there to get a FOIA request form. And then they'll say, I love this one. In fact, they do this all the time. And you're still not going to learn a damn thing, Rogue, are you? I could explain for the next 3 hours everything you need to know to make your life better. And instead of dropping the hate and becoming a decent human being and letting go of the hate and letting go of the anger, you're just going to say, well, I don't want to listen to this. I'm leaving. Right. That's how much you really want to learn and make yourself a better person, right? You don't want to learn and you don't want to make yourself a better person. These people always take these situations and imagine things and build false narratives, not only based on what's happening, but based completely on what's in their head, right? Somebody comes up to someone and says, excuse me, sir, and taps him on the shoulder. If I tapped you on the shoulder, I'd be tackled on the ground and you'd be beating me with a stick. Why do you say that? Well, because that's what would happen. Why do you think that? Well, because I said so. Somebody just touched you on the shoulder. Like, in other words, they always say what would happen if. If I didn't film me putting in a FOIA request, they're going to say I never put in a FOIA request. How do you know that? Well, I have to film so that they can't say I didn't put it in. So what happened? You put in 15, 20, 500. How many FOIA requests did you make that they flat out lied and told you they never received them? Or that you never made the request? That made you decide you had to start filming you getting the FOIA. Whoa, wait a minute. The only reason they make FOIA requests is to film themselves making FOIA requests. So there is no, I need to film me putting in a FOIA request so they won't say I didn't. Why would they say you didn't do it? Why would they say you didn't do it if you didn't film you doing it? The only reason you're doing it is to film you doing it. You're not going in there to FOIA the information because one of your anonymous tips sent you a thing saying that so-and-so is skimming money off the top and you want to go in there to investigate and do a FOIA request to find out. No, you're doing a FOIA request because you walked in the door to harass Debbie or whoever the lady behind the counter is. So you go there, you harass her, you find out her name is Debbie. So now you put in a FOIA request to retaliate against Debbie for just trying to be nice to you and asking you politely, please don't film me. How dare she ask me not to film her? What a horrible scumbag. Yeah, the word tyrant it doesn't even have a meaning anymore. Let's see. So I'm not really can we laugh at stupid? Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to laugh at stupid. Rogue Nation! Oh, you're so stupid. Let's see. What else did he say that was stupid? Oh, here we go. Yep, I won't ever stop being an evil, horrible, rotten, no good piece of crap that has nothing but hate and anger in his heart. And I want to embrace the hate and I want to spread my anger to the whole world. And, when I'm sitting with Daryl Brooks burning in hell, we could have a toast together with our Lord Satan. It'll be great. And you won't ever stop crying about it. That's hilarious, Rogue. Great stuff there. Let's see. So you go worship the devil and spread the hate as much as you can because we don't have enough hate in this world. We need you to go out there spreading more. Take all the women that work in all the buildings that are nice and chilling and enjoying their lives and turn them into hateful, bitter people that are scared that someone idiot's going to walk in with a camera and humiliate them and make them want to quit their job. Because that's how you prove that you're a real man. Which obviously you're not. So I love you guys, and it's been over 3 hours, so I'm gonna go now anyway. So I just want to end with a joke. Knock knock, who's there? Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation who? I didn't think of a punchline. I just started talking. Oh no, wait. I got a joke. Rogue Nation. It's so funny too that like I'm giving these guys everything they need to like actually turn their lives around and become productive citizens and they laugh at it. That's even funnier. Like than the stuff that we say that they think is funny. The fact that they laugh at the fact that you know they can spread this hate. Yeah, but see, Rogue, that's the problem. Is it's not just a matter of saying I accept Jesus. It's about your behavior. I mean, if I'm stabbing someone in the throat and I say, "Oh, I accept Jesus," and then I go back to stabbing someone in the throat, I'm going to heaven because I said that while I was stabbing them. Like, if you keep doing the bad things, you're still doing the bad things. It doesn't matter if you ask for forgiveness, if you're just going out and doing it again. You don't mean it. You don't mean it. If you actually did accept Jesus into your heart, you wouldn't do those things. So you're full of shit. And don't you dare use God as an excuse for you acting like a piece of shit and spreading hate. Because hate is evil. Hate is the devil. If you were spreading love, then you could talk to me about God, but you spread hate. That's all you do. What's up, Debos? Rogue Nation doesn't wash his sex toys. He likes them dirty. Let's see. It would be if you, weren't trying to be blasphemous about it, but whatever. Only if he truly does believe that their version of love is hate, right? Oh, look at that. We got something from Trans Girl. Look at that. I'm glad I'm an atheist. At least I take responsibility for my actions. That's the thing. Like, you guys don't take responsibility for your actions at all, and then you use Jesus as an excuse to do them. Like, then what's the point? He was crucified for free speech? Now, I'll do whatever I want. Get it? I know. See, that's another problem with these guys is to try and understand the psychology of the sovereign citizens and the frauditors, you have to understand that these are weak little boys that have no courage. They're cowards way deep down in their soul. Like, they could be as strong or as buff or as whatever as they want, but in their hearts, they're cowards, and they're tiny and they're weak emotionally. I'm saying, okay, they're these tiny, weak little boys that need to justify themselves by making themselves feel strong, by making themselves feel powerful, by taking pot shots and making other people feel smaller and weaker. The reason why they're after cops has nothing to do with transparency. It has nothing to do with the government. And psychologically speaking, it has nothing to do with money. The reason why they target police is because there's a power trip. They're so small, so weak, so cowardly, so full of hate and anger and cowardice that they have to go after someone with a gun because that's how they feel this rush of power. I'm able to tell someone with a gun, I'm not going to do what you tell me. They know, this is where the cowardice comes in. They know that if they go after a cop, that a cop can't do anything unless they're actually committing a crime. That's why they always go out of their way to say, I'm not actually committing a crime. Right. That's why the cop isn't going to shoot you. So by targeting the police, they're able to make themselves feel big. They're able to use their cowardice to say, well, I stood up to a guy with a gun, so now I'm big man. When really they're still just cowardly little children hiding behind the First Amendment and their little camera, right? When in reality, it's all just a psychological trick to try and make other people feel stronger and make themselves or feel weaker and make themselves feel stronger, right? And again, that's why they target the police. It has nothing to do with government conspiracies. It has nothing to do with accountability. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's because a cop has a gun, and if I could stand up to someone with a gun, but you're not going to walk up to a random person on the street with a gun and stand up to him because you might actually get shot. But a cop ain't going to do nothing, and you know he ain't going to do nothing. And that's why you target the cops, because then you can feel like you're a big, strong, tough man because you stood up to a guy with a gun. Ha, ha, ha. It's a psychological mess. They're little baby coward children with no self-respect, no self-esteem. Their hearts are filled with nothing but hatred and disdain and disgust. They probably were either arrested for something and are butthurt that they got caught, right? Or Maybe their mother dominated their lives and their father left them when they were children and they're bitter about that. Maybe they had some huge psychological trauma when they were kids that made them feel like these tiny little itty bitty baby little coward nonsensical things that they are. But the only way they could feel better about themselves is to take it out on everyone else. Walk into an office building full of women, make them feel small, makes me feel bigger. Easy targets. Cops, even easier because they can't do anything. You know they can't. That's why you target them. Your heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid, Rogue. It pumps acid. What? Snake venom? Just pure evil? Black goo? Let's see. Well, that's it. It's all about when it comes right. Well, that's the thing. The lawsuits for the assaults and all that, that's all the money part. I'm talking about the psychological part. Like, what is wrong with their brains beyond the stupidity? Right? Because when it's just stupidity, that's when you get people like Big Wes, right? They go out, they act stupid, they realize that it's stupid and they stop, right? It's when it's just stupidity, that's how you get people like that. But the psychological things underlying that would make them think that this is a good idea has to be some sort of severe psychological trauma that would cause them to dedicate their lives to making other people feel small, to punching down on women, to punching down on public servants, my servants. What would make you choose to dedicate your life to punching down on your servants if it isn't trying to make yourself feel powerful? If you're not just a tiny little insignificant baby coward that's trying to build yourself up by punching down on innocent people. Well, because they're public servants. Exactly. What's the psychology behind why you would think that's a good idea? Because you're a coward, because you have no self-respect, because you have nothing but hate in your heart. And I don't know, you need to forgive your mom and hug your dad. That's what it comes down to. Anyway, we've been on for over 3 hours, almost 3.5 now. So I'm going to go ahead and log off. We're going to have a nice, good weekend. I'm going to enjoy this nice, cool weather out here. Love you guys very much. Thank you so much for all the new memberships and everything else and all your support. Today's been a great morning. We had KFAR in here. We had Vilified Freedom in here. We had Script Cat in here. We had everybody, man. All you guys. Love you guys so much. You make my days great. I know I'm going to have a great weekend. Daw Bears. That's right. I'm telling you, they're going in the right direction. I don't know about this Sunday, but over the course of the next year or two, as long as we can keep Justin Fields and build the team around him, we're going to go far, and it's going to be great. So thank you guys again. Love you guys. God bless. And then, yeah, I'm all shook up.